All right, round two, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Things are wrong. My name is Katie Boucher. I'm coming to you live from an undisclosed location in Hollywood, California with Austin Wingfield. We did have some technical difficulties, but we are professionals, and I think we just powered through. Get in the chat. Let us know if you can fucking hear a motherfucker in here.
Please let us know if you can hear us.
Austin Wingfield, big A dog, my AKA my East Coast Jordan Stein.
Yes. I'm so glad I got to meet your buddy, and he's a handsome fella.
You guys are so handsome together. There we go. The chat can hear us. We're gonna get this bitch started right meow. I'm gonna turn it over to Juice, and he's gonna walk us through his list. Juice.
All right. Hey everybody. This is back at it again. GSC is ready to be played. I'm really excited that we're able to get everything going. So I'm going to show you two different armies. This first army is what I'm going to be deploying, right? And then the second set you'll see, that's what's going to be coming in reserves. So I'm going to start out first. If you haven't heard me say this before, but y'all don't get excited about the blips, right? I'm only putting 3 blips down. That's going to be 2 20-man Acolyte units with 7 rock saws each. And then the third blip is going to be my 12-man Jackal unit that has 10 demo charges and 2 quads with heavy incineration. Okay, so that's what that is. Then I have 20 Brood Brother infantry models, a 16-man Acolyte unit that only has 4 rock saws each. Then I have 9 mortars and 2 characters that you guys might not have seen because these are all new models. This is the Clamabus. He's the one that gives me the extra inch on charging and advancing, and then, just charging, and then he says, no deep strikes. Dikembe Mutombo shaking his finger within 12 inches from him. And then we have the Nexus. This cool model Starship Troopers looking motherfucker is giving me CP back, and he can manipulate one of the blips up to 12 inches or something of the sort, but I never used. So that's what I'm going to be deploying. Then this beautiful tray right here coming up is the rest of the army. This is the girth of it. That's what it looks like. So this includes the units that I will be keeping in reserve. That is my 4 5-man units of Acolytes. I have 2 4-man units of Jackal bikes that have just nothing but shotguns and pistols. This is the 10-man unit of bikes. And then the plethora of characters to include 2 Kilmorphs, a Jackal Alphas, a Magus with a Familiar, the Patriarch, the Primus, an Acolyte Ward, and then the unit that you guys are going to see a lot of that kind of Austin put me on to per se is a 10-man unit of Metamorphs that have double talons in them to get a ridiculous amount of attacks. So that was a whole lot of words, but either way, that's what we have on this side, and then I'm going to turn it over to Eli, who I'm going to be playing today.
And if you guys, let me jump in here. If you guys want to follow along with these lists, all you got to do is type in !lists on the Twitch chat. If you're watching somewhere else, I'm sorry, but you might want to jump over to Twitch. It's more interactive. !lists. You can follow along with these gentlemen. Eli, please walk us through it.
Yes, sir. We're going to be running Orks. We're going to have a mix of Goths, Death Skulls, and Bad Moons as well. We're going to start off with Gaskell Kraken himself. It's a great looking miniature from RTLW Miniatures, along with a full battalion, 2 blocks of boys, 28 apiece, with 2 other squads of 10 with shooters. And then we've got a big man with force field over here, Buzzbound, because he comes in a couple points less. When you have that custom force field, you don't have to pay the extra 25 points for mega armor. Then the Death Skulls, we jump over. We've got the Super Depth Shock attack. He's going to be my warlord for this as well, because he can take the opportunity strat, which allows him to target characters with that thing, which is pretty critical when you're messing with GSC. We've got 3 squads of 10 grots and some tank busters. This is my competitive list for tournaments, so the tank busters are more there for nights. They're not going to do a whole lot in this. And then we have a Bad Moons battalion as well, with 2 Weird Boys, then the typical Luda Bomb over here of 15, and then 3 blocks of grots to try and keep them alive in the process. So it's a pretty standard list. It's a lot of what you're seeing with Orks. I'm running Goths instead though, because when you run up against Knights with Orks right now, I'm finding that burning 2 CP to make these guys strength 5 is putting out a lot more damage on Knights and winning on 5s instead of just winning on 6s. So
10-4, brother. Thank you, Eli. I'm going to switch to the overhead view, ladies and gentlemen, where they're probably going to begin their deployment phase here in 1 second. And I'm going to turn it over to Austin, who is our expert analysis on Genestealer Cult and all things 40K at this point. And he's going to kind of walk us through some of the wombo combos here.
So wombo combos, let's start with the cult. If you've been following Juice, he's been talking about this for weeks now, but he basically started with about 20 CP. He's going to spend a bunch, get some back. I'll walk you through what he did before all pregame. His Patriarch is taking the Warlord's trait to get 3 inches increase to his aura. And he's in that mixed brigade, so he is Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor. So all of Juice's heavy hitting units will be fearless with a 15-inch bubble now. So that's big. Obviously, when playing orcs and stuff like that, you're going to lose some models. So even 4 or 5 guys being fearless will still pick up orcs. So that's going to come in big. Psychic powers, obviously, he's taking Might and Mass Hypnosis. Juice's theme for his psychic powers tend to be the same. Everything is buffing strength and attacks, and either disallowing you to swing first or allowing himself to swing first. Either way, all really good stuff against orcs. He's taken a Magnus that has the free relic Crouchling, which has given him +1 to cast on his clutch powers that he needs to go off. He also has Might and Mass Hypnosis built into him as well. And then he took Stimulus for the free power, which is another advance and charge and fight first power. Other characters in the list, he has the Icon Ward, and he paid the command points to take the Vigilus detachment. So that Icon Ward has the relic, so it's +1 strength aura. Also has the re-rolling charge aura from the Vigilus detachment, which will come in clutch. Obviously, when Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor plus a Clamavis plus that guy, you're talking about you need a 7, Kenny, with a reroll to make these charges.
Seems good.
Seems like solid math.
Yeah, I feel like I can get a 7 with a reroll all day.
All day, until it doesn't happen, but it happens more often than not. Jesse James is his first guy. That's one of our favorite characters. Obviously, the Kellermorph has the Relic Pistol in this matchup, which is allowing him to reroll to wound against characters. And it is an additional AP -1, so -2 AP.
Speaking
on that.
of Jesse James, I think there's going to be a swag contest over on Battle Bros and Beats Lab Gaming on Facebook, guys. If you go over to their pages, their community pages. I think the question is, how many orcs will Jesse James kill? Whoever gets the closest will win something.
And if you don't know what he does, you're about to find out. And it's interesting to see the orc. Obviously, Eli's got a really nasty character killer that Juice is going to have to deal with before he comes out in the open, because that damn shock attack gun will pick up some characters.
It's interesting because 8th edition recently has basically given us a lot of new abilities to fuck characters.
Tons.
And it's funny because character abuse has been a thing in that game, and it's kind of been a problem. They've tried to fix it with one FAQ, then refix it with another, and now we're getting all these dudes that just take out like 4 wound characters with almost a guaranteed math roll. So
yeah, like you said, we've introduced assassins into the game, right? Which is about to be everywhere in every Imperium army. Genestealer Cult themselves have characters that are erasing things.
Orcs, a relatively new codex, has an incredible shock attack again. Warlord trait. To shoot characters, double shoot. Like that's also new.
Yeah, it's very good. And then obviously you and I are familiar with Thousand Suns have been sniping characters since the codex came out.
Absolutely. I killed at LVO this year. My Armand killed 2 Smash Captains, Mephiston, Robbie G, a Watchmaster, 2 Immaculi, a Farseer. Like that man, that's like
a gangster.
It's the ability to take out 4 to 5 wound characters a turn with somewhat reliable rolls is a really huge part of the game, because characters typically provide these incredible buffs.
No, 100% agree. So it'll be interesting to see, does Jesse James take out that shock attack gun? Because once the shock attack gun's out of the list, the characters can really start picking on orcs. But I have a good feeling Jesse James will kill a decent amount of orcs. Any questions on the list? That's a lot we went over for the cult, his powers and things like that. But all of the aura abilities tier are going to come into play. And
let me just jump in right here. Orcs, the Genestealer Cult's down. You see there's 3 blips. And what I imagine is, like as Juice talked about before, like fuck a blip. He's like, he doesn't care about the blip game.
Especially on the clock, right? So if you have 4 hours, if we're playing at ETC, maybe you can think more about it, but like really, it's not that important, right? It's just like a whole nother phase of the game. So it's just slowing you down for the most part. There are some neat things you can do with them if you are moving them about and trying to screen out with them and things like that. But that's not Juice's game plan. He doesn't give a shit. So now the blips are there for a reason because he is planning on removing them. So those are like he said, those 3 blips that are on the field are his most expensive units. So he does have more than 1,000 points on the table, and for 1 CP he can remove those 3 blips and have the majority of his list in reserves coming on turn 2. That's a really neat trick that Cult has access to, and it was confirmed that you can in fact do that, and that was the purpose of it.
We're getting ready to roll for first turn. Let me switch over. We got a full I missed part of that roll. I came in kind of late there.
Looks like maybe Orks. Yeah,
Juice tried to seize, so Orks up first. It looks like. So I'm gonna go back or maybe Juice is going first. Wait, hold on. Whose arm is who? Juice is obviously on the Genestealer side. This side. There we go. Eli gave first turn to Juice. Okay. I like that. I like that.
I like that too.
Let me go to the overhead real quick because we do the app we use is obscuring the bottom right of the screen. And I just want to I can't. There's nothing I can do. Let me see if I can draw on the map here. Over here, there are some jackal bikes hiding down here behind all of our faces. Hopefully we have a solution to this for the future. I'm sure they'll be moving soon. You can kind of see them better in this angle. Juice is getting ready to instantly move them.
It's a lot of Orks on the left. So it's so interesting to see Orks deploy. What do you think about giving up first turn?
It is of my belief in, especially in ATC missions, is go second if you can safely do so. Is such a huge advantage. Obviously my current record's not the best. We went 5-1 LVO and we lost 3 games at Dice Hammer GT, one of the gangsters RTs in the state. So that's a total of 11 games. I went second 11 times. And I don't feel like any of my losses were because I won second.
I'm with you, man. So this is what I'm thinking when I'm playing Orks, and I don't play Orks a lot, but I've play tested against Juice and getting Juice prepared for these events coming up. And I really like going first with the Orks so I can push out the entire army for 2 turns before Juice can answer. So I would try to literally take every square inch of this table in the first 2 turns.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like the idea of spreading out and kind of fucking that deployment, but like, what's also the theory? What's the reigning theory on dealing with an army that is almost entirely coming out to reserves? Does the reserve guy want to start second turn 2? Does he want to end turn 2? What does he want? Because in my opinion, if I'm coming in safely with all this Genestealer Cult stuff, like I kind of want to go second. I think that's like built into the game plan.
I don't know. So in my opinion, in ITC missions, I want to grab every objective for 2 turns, and I'm going to start scoring heavy. And then when the cult comes on and answers where I'm at, it's where I put you, because I'm going to be able to jump a unit and cover a side of the table twice.
So we're in the shooting phase. Just real quick update. Bikes, they advanced to an objective. The blips all went in reserves, as we discussed. We're shooting mortars right now at Gretchen in the front. Let me go to an overhead so you guys can see this. Some standard shenanigans right here. As you can see, we've got bikes moving in. I think we got mortars back there too. Are mortars back down there behind our faces on the Google Hangout?
It should be down below. I'm not sure if they're under the sky shield or if they're in both corners.
So Gretchen are killing a couple of Gretchen are dying.
Yeah, it's not going to be very exciting until turn 2 for Juice, and it never is. It's just he needs to kill something, right? So he's just picking the weakest 10-man unit he can look at so he can get that ITC point to kill something.
Kill something and move on with his life.
Yep, so just getting whatever points you can while he can. And
he killed 7 and the Gretchen rolled a 1 on morale. Is that correct?
If they are in range of a character, I believe they just lose D3 guys.
Or maybe that was the roll, D3, aka 1.
Yeah, you just use the ability if that war boss is near you. I guess Thraka might have that ability as well, and so you just lose D3 guys.
So here we go, Genestealer Cult with the world's fastest turn 1. We're already on Eli's turn. I don't know if Genestealer Cult successfully pulled down a kill in their player turn. That's fine if he did not. Let's go over the secondaries real quick, if you have a second there, Austin.
Yeah, man. So both guys took some similar stuff. So Eli picked Reaper, obviously killing. You get points for every 20 models, I believe. Headhunter, Juice has more characters than you should have in any list. And then he marked for death all of the big scary units. So all 3 Rocksaw units and the large bike unit. And then very similar, Juice did Butcher's Bill. He's trying to get a point for killing 2 units in a turn. Reaper as well for all the orcs on the table, and Headhunter for the orc characters. So we're looking to kill some characters and kill increments of 20, Kenny.
Yes, and the cool thing is I think Reaper stacks with all things.
Cool. Yeah, so it's all things that die, right?
Yeah, so it's all things that die. So Butcher's Bill, it's funny. It's a fun choice because that's one of those that I have a love-hate relationship with. I think you did it in the right combination here. Butcher's Bill can really get you into trouble if you start chasing things like Big Game Hunter or Mark for Death. You never want those 2 as your secondaries because they keep invalidating each other. But here we have a Reaper, a Headhunter. I think Butcher's Bill works. And I think someone fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure Reaper stacks with Headhunter and Butcher's Bill, but Headhunter and Butcher Bills don't stack with each other. So he does have 2 that don't stack. So I believe he'd have to pick there. If he pops 2 characters, he's gonna have to say it's Headhunter or Butcher's Bill.
Right. You'll see once stuff starts dying, he might be killing 3 or 4 little units too. So he'll be able to pick and choose where he needs to go.
So I believe on turn 1 we did get the I don't believe we killed anything. Just confirming from Boots on the Ground Dan, because eyewitness report says Gretchen survived turn 1. So Juice, the Genestealer Cult would just be holding 1, right? So when we're looking on primary mission points,
should be 1 point for Juice.
So it looks like
no bonus to score all 4. Obviously wasn't achieved.
Correct. Yeah, and the bonus here is all 4. You see these huge ass objective markers. Who makes those?
They've told me before they're really awesome.
Boots on the Ground, Dan. Let us know. Maybe we'll get a link in chat. But what's cool about them is it's a radius. It's from the center. It's 3 inches. So all you gotta do is crest the edge of that circle, and you know you're within 3 inches.
Like Juice likes to make jokes. Unless you're a mathematician and you have some device, this would really be the only way to know the true center of something.
Yeah,
would be to have the entire dimensions out there.
Which is why it's silly that GW went to center of objective markers. It's ridiculous. It is a lot of boys. Now, we'll see if the clock plays an issue here for Eli. Orcs have been reporting getting timed out even at the high level, especially with a lot of wombo combos. Steve Pambreen got timed out twice at Hammer in the New Year, and he's a top 8 player, or at least top 16 player.
Oh, for sure. And the real issue is, like, in this matchup, it's Goffs. I think Goffs get to reroll.
Here we go.
Ones.
Shock attack gun. Strike 9. 5 shots at bikes. Going after the Jackals, it looks like.
They are -1 to hit. But obviously 6 always hit. Not sure.
And now 8 rockets at the bikes. So misses all over the place.
The bikes are actually the most survivable thing in Juice's army, which is not saying a lot, but they are the toughest thing to kill. So that's kind of why he plays with them on the table while everything else is hiding, because they can take a turn 1 of shooting.
Here we go. We got some boys shooting at them. I don't predict a lot of damage here. Yeah, -1 to hit across the board for the Jackals is going to be tricky for Orcs to interact with their guns. They're going to have to get in there and just punch them like Orcs do. So we'll see how the shooting phase goes. I'm sure we're waiting on Ludas, though, right? Ludas don't really care so much about these -1s to hit.
That especially if you're going to spend. It's curious to see what Juice has. One ability he can stop one stratagem per game now with the new update. So I don't know if he's going to let the looters shoot twice or if he's going to let the looters be good. I don't know what he's saving it for in this game.
It would be interesting. I don't know if in the clutch with the units he's presented him with, if it's worth it on turn one, because
it's not going to be probably used yet until other shit's out there on the table.
Yeah, all he'd be giving up is if like he loses these jackals would be like, which I don't even think I've line of sight to. All he'd be giving up is, hold more or some shit. Like, so it wouldn't even. Oh, so only 6 looters can see because of the terrain, and so I don't think he's gonna even get them. It'd be a waste of CP to shoot him twice.
So everybody knows that large ruin in the center is blocking line of sight on the bottom. It's a big old chunk of ruin.
This is indeed ITC, so there's a huge blocker right here. You can see it's basically a square of you can't see through. There's a couple of ammo crates right here, and so these looters up here are definitely struggling to get to these dudes right here. Good terrain. ITC has a lot of great terrain. When you come out to LVO or Bay Area Open or SoCal Open, you expect to have some fire lanes shut down. 100%. So it looks like that was the fastest Orc turn one of all time.
Not a lot of targets, not a lot to do. This is going to be interesting because of the way it turned out.
Eli did kill the mortar team, is what I hear. Juice held more, so it looks like a kill more, a hold more. It looks like a 2-point turn one for both players involved. Let me get some boots on the ground fact checking. Back to you, Austin.
So like I was saying, not a lot going on. The Orcs weren't able to screen out. It doesn't look like we saw him to jump anything, right? He is playing the castle, which is a whole strategy. That's not something that I would do. But we'll see if it works out. But what's going to happen now is Juice gets to do whatever the hell he wants to do because you stayed in your fort. So you're going to see this large bike unit come on here, and it's going to kill whatever it's in range of for sure. And Juice might hold off on his rock solid units and give these Orcs one more turn of trying to kill this bike squad before all the combat stuff comes in on turn 3. But we'll see. A lot of decisions coming up.
Looks like, actually, it's a 3-point turn one. Did I get that wrong? We have a
Orcs held more.
Boots on the ground is saying Genestealer Cult 3, Orcs 2. By my count, Genestealer Cult failed to kill, held more, and Orcs killed more. Would that not be a 2-2?
I have it as 2-2 right now.
Oh, okay. No, so apparently Genestealer Cults held more. So we have a kill, hold, a hold more. So isn't that still just literally 2-2?
2-2.
Yeah, I mean it's 2-2.
Every way,
no matter how you slice it, it's 2-2.
Yeah, the only way Juice could have got 3 would be if he had killed something.
Okay, we have conflicting reports. So apparently the Gretchen did die. Lost 7, lost 1 to leadership. So I thought they were still alive. So
can you take 8? Can you take 8, Gretchen? So it looks like Orcs. He's kept all of the large units behind his screens.
No, that's definitely what you want to do because you do have the Gretchen shield, which I think once the Genestealer Cult get line of sight to Mr. Luda's back there, if it's something he's concerned about, if he has the ability to interact with them, he might shut down the shield, but I don't know if he has the ability to interact with them too much.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see how that fort holds up after this next turn.
Here's what it is. Turns out Gretchen are leadership 4. Therefore, a 1 killed them. I mean, they killed.
Got it. So they were not in range of a war boss. We assumed that. Cool. No war boss means dead Gretchen.
Exclamation point lists. Anybody watching at home, over on Twitch, we do have a command so you can see these lists in action.
So 3-2.
They are playing on a chess clock. They do have their own times. Looks like Genestealer Cults going to lend a hand over here and move some stuff out of the way for the Orks to continue their advance.
And here is the bike unit, the feared bike unit. So this is what's about to happen. This unit is unbelievably large, right? So it's going to be able to go all over the place. He's going to pre-measure everything while he's setting bikes up. He's going to make sure that each grenade is in range of something. So the way this is set up.
So break down how these bikes got into this position for everyone home.
So first thing, you're going to spend some command points. It's 2 CP to set this unit up 3 inches away. So that's why they're getting so close. That is going to prevent them from charging, so they can't charge after this. So while they're set up within 3, they're going to spend 3 command points once he's done setting them up. And that's going to allow them to either move D6 inches or shoot. Obviously, he's going to shoot. And that's before anything else comes in. So we're still in the movement phase. You're going to see grenade tricks. So he's going to then trigger CP for grenade tricks, which is going to cost him another 2 CP. So he's going to spend 7 command points on this one bike unit. And you're going to see why. He's going to throw he's going to throw 5 D6 demo charges at one unit. He's going to throw 5 D6 frag grenades, or they're called breaching charges, but they're the same thing, at another unit. He's going to shoot, 12-ish shotgun shots at something, and then he's got 2 heavy incinerators. He's going to basically kill every screen you could think of.
Here we go. Here are the names. Phase. Anyone wondering, we got Perfect Ambush. That's how he got there. And then we have Lurk, Rusted Claw, Grenade Strat. So that's why the Genestealer Cult brought a brigade, because it's a CP heavy list, and they're going to be dropping. They dropped 5 before the game started. They got 1 back recently, generated 2 at the start of the game. They're going to drop 7 right now.
Yeah, dropping 7 to see if he gets some back, but he's basically going to be at 9 CP for the rest of the game. This is a one-trick pony on this big unit, but it's worth it in our book, because you're going to be in the shooting phase. He's going to do it all over again. So he's going to make sure he's in range of a bunch of different units. So he potentially is going to throw like 20 D6 grenades.
And they hit on 4s normally, but isn't there a character that gives them the +1 to hit? So right behind
in the movement phase here, he's going to be +1 to hit because of the stratagem. That strat is +1 to hit and +1 to wound for all grenades. There's another in the shooting phase. The Jackal Alphas is going to give them another +1 to hit. So they're going to actually be hitting on 2s. In the shooting phase, only hitting on 3s here in the movement phase, but it's still good, still worth 7 CP. It's going to pick up probably.
Do you think he's going to multi? He's going to. It looks like he's dividing his shots. He's going to try to interact with as many Gretchen units as possible right now.
Yeah, like I said, this unit is huge, so he needs to make sure the 5 demo charges. Obviously, once they're used, they're done for the game. So in the shooting phase, he needs to have another viable target somewhere else where he can throw their demo charges. So you need to be pretty methodical with who's throwing what grenade and what you're trying to kill, so that you can kill as much as possible.
The colors of the dice are actually marking where the shots are going. Demos are purple, shotguns are green, heavy flamers are the small dice. So he's laying it all out, trying to figure out what he's going to kill. It looks like he wants to just wipe like 3 units right now.
In the movement, it's strong. So obviously, you guys could imagine if he kills enough screens in the movement phase, then you continue to put your ambush units out, and you can actually get a little closer than normal, right? If you're killing screens before your models come in. So we'll see how good this does. I'm assuming we know it's, even if it whiffs, like even if you don't.
There's already a whiff. Demos only killed 3 orcs.
Like I said, he's going to be set up again in the shooting phase to just kind of rinse and repeat. Really, the best thing at killing orcs is not even the demo charges. It's just the frag grenades. The demolition charges are great, but
those are great for killing other types of models. Orcs, it's just best to the scrub weapons do more work. 4 dead Gretchen from that next squad. He's shooting. It looks like he just destroys this Gretchen squad. And this is all 7 CP out of sequence. Gangster wombo combo right here.
Yes.
Being able to interact with so many units is huge.
And you guys can see how big that bike unit can be. I mean, it's a thing. Heavy incinerators, auto hitting. It's just it's great at killing screens. I can't even tell you enough.
So you can see they're interacting with all these Gretchen screens, which are his Gretchen shields. That's an important stratagem.
Yeah, once the Gretchen go, things will start going in line for the cult. What's going to happen once all these screens are dead? The bikes, like we talked about, are the most resilient thing in Juice's army. So after we see like the carnage that he did in the movement phase, Juice gets to decide what does he want more stuff to come in, or does he feel confident in his bikes standing their ground, taking all this firepower? They'll probably die, but then you'll have the rest of your army coming on turn 3.
Oh yeah, there's a lot less Gretchen there than that was there just one moment, and we're still not even in the shooting phase.
Yeah, these orcs right now are like, what the hell just happened?
Bunch of bikes just showed up, driving out of underground tunnels and shit. And now the rest of these guys are dropping in. Is that how this works?
Yeah, so once this has happened, Juice gets to decide what other units he's bringing in. Most likely some characters, obviously. Do you know where is that shock attack gun? Probably screened out relatively.
I feel like it's that bad motherfucker standing dead center, standing on top of the void shield generator. So
let me tell you a story. That dude better not be in range of Jesse James.
I feel like this is the guy. If I can get a fact check from Boots on the Ground.
And Juice will check it out. This is all the majority of the time Juice is going to waste. I wouldn't say waste, but is going to be making sure his characters go where they need to go so that they're protected, but they can still interact and not die next round. Then that's what's going to be good. And don't forget all of these models, including the Brood Brothers infantry, all the guard stuff. Juice's characters can look out Sir to them on 4-ups. So still got some chance, even if Juice wants to be ballsy later on and put his characters out in the open.
We got a question from chat. Can you perfect ambush shoot twice after laying in wait?
So there, by laying in wait, let me get my book out here and I'll tell you, there's an argument going on about a lot of the blip stuff. I think that's what we're talking about.
No doubt. We're gonna investigate that for you, but I feel like all the combos are in place. What you got, Austin?
You probably could make the argument, and that's what people are doing. It's the lying in wait is the removing the blips. So they're saying that would allow you to do it turn 1, Kenny, and that's an argument that people are trying to make. I just don't. I'm okay if a TO tells you can do it, but just ask permission. This one is when you set up a cult ambush ability is reinforcements. With setting up that unit, you can set it anywhere 3 inches away. So that's lying in wait. And what was the other one? The 3 CP one is perfect ambush. That's what just happened. So he did just do both of those together.
So it looks like the bikers are getting ready to shoot again, I think. This is this is going to be interesting. Getting all the markers down again.
So this is what's really cool, Kenny. So now that he does it again, he doesn't have to spend the 5 CP to get them there. He's just going to spend the CP to shoot the grenades and to be +1 to hit and +1 to wound with the grenades. So 2 more CP coming up. What this allows him to do is move. And this is a debate. We'll see if he moves them or not. But the stratagem says you can move after you shoot the grenades. But because they came in from reserves, people have been arguing that you can't move them because you're not allowed to move again when you come in from reserves. But we'll see what we got here.
Keep this going for 1 second. I gotta jump on to do some technical things behind the scenes, make sure we're looking stable.
So he is putting out some more grenades. Looks like he's deciding he wants to clean up all this stuff. He's going to get his butcher's bill. Obviously, he's going to kill these screens. Hopefully, these orcs all die. Not sure what characters Juice brought in up on the Sky Shield, but might even get a character. But definitely going to kill several units here. Looks like first set of grenades. Those are D6 numbers of shots, regardless if they're frag grenades or if they're demo charges. At this point, there's a Jackal Alphas out there somewhere. He's allowing these guys to hit on 2s against something, but they're hitting on 3s against everything else because of a stratagem. So just quality shots. Not sure what the incinerators have been targeting, but obviously auto hits is always good. Heavy flamers, shotguns, frag grenades, demo charges. This bike unit comes equipped with everything, and they're not shabby in combat. Later on too, if they actually have to go kill some peasants, they're not the worst at killing. Mediocre units. They're not equipped with combat weapons and things like that, but they could be. I guess you could do that, but this is the way we've decided to kit them out. Got fast rolling things dying. You can see Juice is having fun. This is probably, if I could just take one unit, I would just run bikes because I think they're the most fun. They're the coolest looking models. They're brand new. They actually play relatively well. They're relatively survivable. Just killing all the screens. There's one. You guys will start seeing these pockets form of like, these orcs have to fill this pocket because next turn is going to be the backbreaker turn, is what Juice likes to call it, right? Where you're going to see 100 Genestealer Cult, acolytes on the table with rock saws. So, is he going to be able to screen out enough again? I am not sure. Good check with Dan. Juice didn't bring the Metamorphs on yet, did he? Or did he bring the Metamorphs on? I don't have the Discord chat up. If someone could point at the Metamorphs if they're on the table. So what the Metamorphs are going to do, they're actually like even better screen killers than the bikes. If they can make that charge when they come in, if they are here, they're going to pump out like 60 some odd attacks. They don't need buffs, so they hit on 2s and they're going to reroll 1s just because they have talons and a banner. So unbelievable math killing peasants. They will kill some orcs. They'll kill some Gretchen when they get to you for sure.
All right, everything's looking good on the Twitch side. Sorry, I had to step away, make sure everything was looking good. We had some technical difficulties earlier today.
You soldiered through. The show must go on. I asked Dan a question, Kenny. I can't see it on my side if the Metamorphs had come on. A lot of orcs died. I tell you. Juice is just playing it by the book. And this is where, different tactic. Castling up with orcs is one way. We'll see if this works out. But I would have much preferred orcs have been all over this table on each and every objective if possible. And then, played up. At least you're going to be up in the score when the cult comes in. But yeah, you would have 2 turns to push back, 2 turns to jump units and cover the table. Especially in Dawn of War, you could really force Juice to only play in his little section of the table. Like these bikes would have to come on in his deployment zone and start killing whatever you gave him, not just Gretchen, literally a decent larger unit, and then still be there as a buffer. But we'll see once this is all over. Orcs are taking it on the chin right now, but he's got all his big meaty units still alive. Looks like some bikes are dying. I don't know if we're taking some Overwatch. Like I said, this large bike unit is disallowed from charging because it's set up 3 inches away, lying in wait. And Perfect Ambush was both used to kill all this stuff. 100% able to do that. Looks like Juice brought in the bare minimum. We talk about this all the time. He didn't get overzealous and try to make some really hard charges. He's just taking what you gave him. So he took all your screens out. We are still in some Overwatch. Bikes in combat. Objectively, Juice, because the Orks didn't take the table, is going to be pretty much squatting on 3 objectives. The Orks are going to have to chew them out of there, and it's going to be difficult to do because they need to deal with this bike unit before they can worry about the smaller units that are actually winning the game right now, just standing around. Not sure what's going to be left after this next turn. Looks like we're in Ork's turn. And moving some trays of dudes. So obviously this is his answer number 1. First big blob here is going to come answer this this bike unit. Can this one mob of Orks take out the bikes with some Luda love? Should be able to. He's got some badass characters floating around in here too. I'm pretty sure he's Goff and has Thraka and has all these bubbles. So I'm pretty sure these boys, I'm just going to tell you, they have 1 million attacks at decent strength. So they should be able to do some real damage to these bikes. He needs to establish a screen here.
Austin, what's up, man?
Daniel, what's up, dude?
There's just so much stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and talk about it instead of typing it
Sweet.
in. Fingers don't work that fast. These Genestealer Cults are insane, dude. Like, coming in, shoot so much for supposed to be a close combat army. Throwing demo charges and grenades and shooting mortars and shotguns. It's ridiculous.
Well, so we were laughing at Juice is just giggling while he's rolling those bike units because he just knows, he feels dirty that bike unit can do all that. But it looks like all the screens were killed. I was asking about metamorphs. Did Juice hold off on the metamorphs?
All right, right back.
Yeah, he did. He
Cool.
kept them in years. I think that's Juice's whole goal. I'm sure you all have talked about it, is come in, kill the screens, let the Orks kind of move around, do their thing, and then hit them with a second punch.
Yeah, I was talking to myself about it. The object here, the Orks, not only does he need to kill this bike unit, he needs to establish screen number 2. Screen number 1 got obliterated. Everything that was touched got murdered. Juice is now taken. Is this what I was talking about, wanting to go first? Juice now has 3 objectives. Juice has got his foot on the gas and is going to be scoring more points early in this game.
So we advanced the turn score since I...
This is now into turn 2 for the Ork player. So Eli is taking his casualties. They are now moving. He's setting up his second screen. But this is what happens when you do the castle. Juice is going to go up in the score. Juice is going to kill a lot of stuff. Juice is going to score a bunch of points. Juice may get tabled in turn 5 and still will win.
Yeah, well, so Juice was just talking to me about it. He's literally having to use his characters to screen because he lost all the first ones to Juice's, Alpha Strike or whatever. But it's insane because I used to play orcs a lot, and it's hard to have that self-control to kind of, you either want to move out and, like you said, kind of control the board, or you just want to curl up in the corner, kind of in the fetal position, waiting for this to happen to you.
Hey, man, you can do it either way. Like I said, generally, I don't do the castle with the orc matchup. I would prefer to spread out and get as much distance between my characters and everything as possible. But we'll see. I mean, he's going to be able to pick up these bikes. I'm convinced that Thraka and the boys have a bajillion attacks, and he can handle some stuff. But next turn is going to be kind of another eye-opener. We're like, man, the Genestealer Cult had such a good shooting with the bikes, and then, oh yeah, they're a combat army, and this is why they're great.
Yeah, we still have a billion acolytes to come in, right?
Oh yeah. Not a single metamorph or acolyte is on the table, so you're going to start seeing, oh, that's what they do. Oh, they kill everything in combat.
This bike unit with all these CPs, crushing it out the shooting phase, dies, then they get punched to death right after. Basically,
right after. It's exactly, and that's the whole game plan. Those bikes, their only job was to do this. So we'll see. You have to kill the bikes, and there's plenty of math here to do it. It'd be interesting to see if we did jump anything. I know there's some psychers floating around.
I think we have Ludas engaging the bikes right now. So we'll see how this goes.
And they're actually really good at killing everything. If you do the strats to auto hit on 5s, right, and get extra shots on 5s.
Good luck with all your -1s to hit.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. The Ludas, even just 15, will pick up some bikes for sure. What, in my opinion, you want to make sure you don't kill all the bikes. You're going to want to charge them so that you can try to wrap up some stuff and push this boy screen out farther, so that still the majority of your army is protected. But the way it's looking, I'm already seeing some holes and some pockets that the cult's going to be able to take advantage of. You got to remember too, there's lying in wait. 3 inches, Kenny, is actually really easy to sneak into with a Kellamorph. Right? That is. If you it's just a single character can literally come sneak up on you.
It's just like the solitaire.
Could you imagine if you spent 2 CP and the solitaire could be 3 inches away from you? Yeah, so Jesse James is going to be able to do some stuff in this game. I'm seeing some holes already. Like I said, maybe I would use the jump to fix that. You could, use one of these larger orc units in the back to fix some of the holes, but or even the Ludas. I actually just give up on the Ludas at some point too, and use them as a screen.
Yep, looks like some saves are being made on some bikes. Maybe 3 dead bikes. Or are they 3 wounds each? 2 wounds?
They have 2 wounds apiece. But he has quads in there, so the quads have 4 wounds apiece.
So they absorbing a bunch of damage.
Yep, and that's really what they're good for. 17 points, you get 4 wounds on a bike.
2 bikes and a quad.
Boom. So Juice, when I play tested Juice, he likes to do this too. He actually leaves the quads because he's emptied. He makes sure he removes models that have thrown the demo charges, right? So like they're already empty of their good stuff. So sometimes he keeps the quads till late because they actually are just mobile heavy incinerators. So if they do survive, they're probably the best thing left at killing orcs without command points. But I don't think it's going to matter, and Juice will realize that whole bike unit will die anyway.
He's going to make him do it. He's going to make him use every shot.
Yep, make him do it all.
We're shooting sluggers now, and then hopefully keep a guy alive with a wound or something, get that charge, get a little closer, advance your position.
This is that stuff we talk about. Sometimes it's not necessary to shoot everything. If you have 180 combat attacks coming up, maybe save some time and not have to do all the nitpicky stuff once the majority of the unit's gone. But you're going to definitely want to leave this alive to charge it so you can push your screen out even farther.
Yes, sir. They're not doing too bad on time. Genestealer Cult burned a lot of time with all those combos. I think they'll be on par here again. And then as things start dying, going into turn 3, it's going to get faster and faster and faster.
Yes, this turn is going to be a little longer for the Orcs because they have some decisions to make with movement and everything else. Next turn is going to be the longer. We're going to be here for a while on turn 3. We're going to be talking about it for.
So is it current Jesse James Orc death toll at 3 Orcs right now?
We got to get confirmed. He did definitely put some characters out. I'm not sure if Jesse's actually out yet or if it's the other one.
10-4. Shock attack gun, strength 5, 10 shots at mortars.
That's so good.
Oh, doesn't even kills 1 base, I think, or kills 2 bases.
Not good.
Not as good.
It makes you nervous though, just having the ability to pick up some units. It's can win you games and it could disappoint you at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like a lot of things are like that though.
That is true. That's you just described 40K.
I laugh. Somebody keeps trying to talk me into running ghost kills and talents. I'm like, well, they're really tough to kill for shooting armies. You can be -1 or -2 to hit, but like,
All
right.
Hey, sorry, Austin. I'm just because I guess there was something in the chat about the grenade thing, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on. So I just want to explain. So when they, just like they come in, they throw the 5 grenades as they come in with the perfect ambush. And then in the shooting phase, they can throw the last 5 that they have left. So he didn't throw all 10 in one phase. It was
Just
right.
We explained that, right? It's 5 demo charges and 5 frag grenades, or demolition charges.
Yep, and then again in the shooting phase.
Yes, the other ones would then flip-flop. The guys who didn't throw demos would then throw the demos in the shooting phase, and the other ones would throw the frag grenades.
10-4.
It's nasty, but like I said, it's you got to be methodical with where you're putting your models so that you're in range to do it effectively, or you'd miss out on those 6-inch grenades, right? So it's not like they all have grenade launchers and it's 18 inches or anything. It's very particular. These bikes need to be where they're at, but Juice did a good job. Came in, nuked the planet.
Looks like the Orcs are coming in for that assault.
How far can they get? We're gonna take some bets, Kenny, on how many of these charges Juice will fail.
None. I would bet he makes them all.
Makes them all today. I mean, he's been talking. He's been failing some 7-inch charges with rerolls.
Storm Boys into the Jackals. Guardsmen and Squad lost a few to Overwatch, but these charges are popping right now.
So this is all good. Yep, he's going to want to make sure he's staying coherent while he's moving models.
Definitely want to use some nuance here. You don't want to get sloppy. This is definitely one of those moments in the tournament where I get kind of frustrated when my opponent's like, it's my intent to. I'm like, Well, when it comes to the nuance of moving your models and trying to surround people and get all your attacks, I'd like you to actually just do it.
Yeah, just do it right. Juice corrected him there and filled the gap. Well, you would actually need to stay coherent while moving the models. So good pickup. This looks fine. That's good, though. This is pushing the screen out a little farther.
Yeah, because you want to triangulate with your units, and that gap in the middle was wasted. Now it's actually mattering more and more. You see right here, we pull out the old Madden app. So now he's got this kind of no man's zone where less units are doing more, yet less units are doing more, kind of pushing people back. definitely power and spreading out against an army like Juice's.
It'll make your head hurt because you're so used to 9 inches, right? And then Cult has so many ways to bypass that. And you're like, oh, but should I stay back? Should I leave a trail back so that it doesn't matter? If they want to be somewhere, they can get there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, on the flip side, you don't want to overthink it. Unless you have, I mean, because you're kind of playing to their, it's weird because like, it's like, oh, I want to do this, so I'm going to block that. But it's cool because I have these other things I can do. So almost no matter what you decide, you're hurting your brain. That's kind of operation. It doesn't exist in my mind. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to pretend he can't do any of these things because I have to accept that he's going to do whatever he wants at least once.
At least once. He's going to be able to spend 7 CP on a bike unit. Come in and do it.
So the Genestealer Cult are going to lose some models this turn, but still to come into Subterranean Assault or whatever it's called these days is 1 billion rock souls.
1 billion. 1 billion. And they have to come on. It'll be turn 3. We'll literally get to see the rest of the army. Can't wait.
And turn 3 is the backbreaker turn. So that's a lot in many games of 40K. That's the turn that sets the tone for the rest of the game.
I was talking when you were gone. The castle's going to hurt the Orcs player because he is not on as many objectives as he would like to be.
Yeah, sometimes, only particular armies can really get away with a castle, I think. And he may see as the game goes on, depending on how it plays out for him, that this might have been the wrong deployment. A lot of times deployment determines the tempo of the game. If he loses his game, too early to call. But if he loses this game, that might be just something he takes away from it. Okay, against Genestealer Cult. That's not the move. We'll see.
About that, we will see. For the record, Juice did pick up a Butcher's Bill.
Yeah, he got his 2 kills.
It's very difficult for us as commentators to keep track of Reaper, but they're gonna get Reaper.
I feel like both individuals are gonna max Reaper.
I just assumed that this is a Slaughterfest combat army, so these guys
the Jackal Alphys lived.
That's
what I hear.
That's hilarious.
Boots on the ground. Can we preemptively get a tally for the bottom of turn 2? Total scores. Kills more, holds mores in secondary, so I can lump them into a score for everyone at home to follow along. Give me a total.
I am assuming we're going to get kill more is going to be to Juice. Score more looks like it would be to Juice. Or it might be a wash and score. Mark for Death will be picked up by Eli. Like I said, Butcher's Bill would be picked up by Juice. Both of them were assuming or getting lots of Reapers this game, so it's relatively close, but Juice is going to be up several points due to killing and scoring early in this game.
Oh, he's just picked up a Guardsman squad due to leadership. That's pretty big. So we're moving on to turn 3. We're going to get updated scores for you guys here in just 1 second. But I do believe it's both players killed, both players held. We just got to figure out who killed more. How many Reapers each player got. Someone got a Mark for Death, someone got a Butcher's Bill. So working on that for you guys right now. It looks like Juice might still be up.
Somebody tell me.
Looking brutal. Turn 3 is going to really... Because these Genestealers are going to come in and do their thug thizzle. But if they get stonewalled or something happens or there's a couple of fails on something...
So I tell Juice all the time, this is what happens. This list he's going to come in with everything. He's going to need 7s with rerolls. He's going to have command points. He's going to have things he can do to make sure that these guys can make it. He can spend 3 CP to make sure one unit is moving D6 inches for free to just guarantee a charge. But you could just roll a 1 and a 2 followed by a 2 and a 1, right?
All day, every day.
Right, and it happens in 40K.
That's why I don't play Obliterators anymore.
We can't play statistics, right? We have to play the game 40K. So that's the Orc player is set up for he needs them to fail some of that, and then it'll swing back to, all right, literally every unit that doesn't make combat will get obliterated by peasants because they're all just toughness 3 guardsmen.
Yeah.
So if they make it, Juice will pick up pretty much everything that he touches.
It has begun.
Let's see how well the screen did. Let's see what Juice decides to perfect ambush, if anything.
We do have total scores. Genestealer Cult 10, Orks 6 as a total. So the lead has been increased by 4 from 1. Should be pretty good. I'm really excited to see what happens with these acolytes.
I can't wait. You see them all on the table. It's intimidating. Just like Orcs' presence on the table is intimidating, like to stare at in a deployment aspect, right? You're like, holy shit, how am I supposed to kill 200 models?
Metamorphs on Storm Boys. Looks like the backfield is going to get some love over here.
So is that a character there screening?
That's a character. Yeah, it looks like a solo dude. Maybe the Pain Boy. That's a real good move.
Juice is going to move stuff around and see if he can sneak in, get behind everything.
So yeah, this one character I circled on the map, definitely creating a little bit of a hiccup back here, but nothing Genestealer Cult can't get around.
If he wants to get back there, he'll get back there. And there's no holding back. This is Juice is going to have to put everything out here. So
every time you say there's no holding back, I think of the Water Boy, where it's like, it's the Bourbon Bowl. There's no holding back.
A lot of 5-man units. Juice is going to be able to basically be a nuisance and be kind of everywhere with several just 5-man acolyte units.
That character in the top of the screen is actually a custom force field Big Mac with Mega Armor.
Cool. Be interesting to see what psychic powers will be in range to kind of affect units in the back. There's several abilities that Juice has selected that can disallow people from swinging first, which makes it scary. Like, even if the Orcs retaliate and charge the Genestealer Cult, they better make sure they can swing first. You know what I mean?
Yes. Lots of tricks. I've been saying on the podcast, Genestealer Cult first new codex in 8th edition. They have such unique play style, new abilities and rules. It makes me super excited to see what other codexes are on the horizon, because so far the codex has just been kind of reskins of things we already knew.
Yeah, this is a whole new 40K. I don't even know if you call it 40K. It's really a new game introduced. So even if you don't play Cult, you need to learn what it does just in case you run into it, or you're going to get got several times during a game.
Yes. Multiple gotcha bitch moments.
And they'll even tell you about it, and you'll just you don't comprehend what they're telling you because it's so different.
No, for sure. 8th edition is the first new edition of 40K. We've had 5 editions, and now I think we're finally getting the rules to support that for codexes.
I'm liking how it is. Were you guys hating on the new obliterators, Kenny?
Yes.
Have y'all rolled that? Have you rolled the math on them?
Oh, I'm not disputing their offensive prowess. I'm just very disappointed with this price tag.
So, but they're like 15 more points. It's like not even that much.
The old unit, a unit of 3 used to cost $195. A unit of 3 is $345 or something like that. It's a preposterous point increase.
So it's 2 obliterators now.
Is $230, and they have the same offensive capabilities of the old 3, and less.
And plus 1 toughness and 1 less wound.
Right. So
and power fist in combat. So
fake power fist.
Two is like 3 of old.
Well, I mean, we both know toughness doesn't mean anything in 40K. And
T5 is one that matters.
But here's the way I looked at it. People stopped playing Obliterators when they were 195 because they just got left behind. And now the same amount of offense with a little bit more toughness is 230. And people are like, oh, but the reroll. But this is like, dog, we had Gaze of Fates and CPs. Bro, like you just said a second ago, a 1 and a 2 back to a 2 and a 1 on damage one time.
It happens all the time.
I was okay with that. I was okay with that at 195 when that would happen to me. I was like, okay, fine, 195. And 3 Obliterators in the old days with 12 shots still killed a 24 wound 8 toughness 8 model. Like I'm like we stopped playing them. Like I might play around with a couple configurations, but that point tag, man, that's like give me. I wanted it to be a little bit more ambitious. I want the price to be a little bit more ambitious.
I think they're priced appropriately due to the fact that they can pick up entire sections of your table. Like
man, if you don't roll a 1 twice on AP,
high ceiling, right?
Here's the thing: that price tag is not appropriate with all the random rolls they have. Like, I mean, flat damage 2 all day, but D3, man, fuck that.
I love it. They look dope.
Sorry for the Obliterator sidebar discussion.
I like talking chaos sometimes. There are more cult models on the table now than there used to be. Something to think about. Anything that was already on the table can be removed and put back into ambush. So Juice may pocket some stuff in a corner so that it can't be touched, and he'll remove it later. To bring it back
20
on.
Dudes are going into reserves.
There you go.
Boots on the ground. Confirmed.
You read my mind. Which is huge, right? Coming in later when screens are no longer a thing and everything is dying. You can win the game with one of these units coming back on late game. It'd be interesting. It's really difficult to see from the overhead view of where these characters are that Juice has brought in, but they are very, very important.
I think some important roles are about to take place. Magic phase.
6 + 1 will go off. It's going to fail. So whatever this psychic power just
Hypnosis
happened.
On Gaz.
Hypnosis is great. That's going to force you to swing last, regardless, right? So -1 to hit, swing last, cannot overwatch. Probably the most epic psychic power available to anybody because it has 3 different rules that it comes with. Strength,
Stimulus on the big squad.
He has might. +1 strength, +1 attack is something he's going to be doing. So, looks like that went off as well.
Yeah, Stimulus, I believe, is the one. Both powers looking good. Solid magic phase. Shooting time.
So far, so good.
Lots of shots about to pop off.
Little guns.
See if he can kill up.
Other than the bike unit, not a lot going on in Juice's army for shooting.
Oh, it's a lot of pistol shots, isn't it?
Yep, just strength 3 pistols.
Oh, Jesse James shooting at the Big Mac.
I lied to you. Jesse's a real thing.
What'd you lie about?
There's not a Jesse James is real shooting. I said there's not a lot of real shooting left. Jesse, he's real.
I'm about to say, yeah, seems like
he's a gangster. He actually is a.
I may have rolled a couple of clutch 6s though. I don't know what his armor save there was, but 6s usually pass. 2 wounds.
Well, I believe he would get it. He would get that 5-up invul himself.
Yeah.
So everyone knows at home how Jesse works, how the Kellamorphs work. So every hit you get an additional shot.
So far, this Big Mac is tanking. Frank just shot the same target. I don't believe he did a wound. Did nothing.
Dude, stonewalled some saves. I love it.
Turns out that 2-up, 5-up coming in clutch.
Good old Jesse. I've played against Jesse, and he has killed Ahriman and my Demon Prince.
Sadness.
Well, in one go, he would perfect ambush and lying in wait him, so he killed both of them in one turn.
Mortars are shooting. Last 4.
Any mortars are good against orcs.
Yes. Kills a orc. He rolled a
Love
6 there. Okay, solid. This wasn't about the shooting phase. This turn wasn't about the shooting phase.
No, see if we make some clutch charges. Gonna pick up some units.
This is what we've been waiting for.
I like Juice. It looks like one of his large rock style units is in a position to hide in this building so they can't be shot.
Shooting some pistols at some units now. Shotguns and whatnot.
I really want these metamorphs to make it so we can see what they do. It's just 10 guardsmen. Statistically, right? Toughness 3, 5 up save dudes. But they get 60. They'll get 60 attacks that hit on 2s and reroll to hit. And they'll be strength 5 or 6 depending on where Juice's characters are.
He loses 1 to Overwatch on the Storm Boys. Rolls a 9. I feel like a 9 makes it.
I feel like that is ample distance. I love it. So something will happen this turn. Juice is 1 for 1. I'm saying Juice fails 2 charges.
I'm saying 100% success rate.
Oh, just killer. So any failed, I win.
Here we go. Oh shit.
There's 1. Do some measuring. Where's his characters at?
Is he going to CP something?
So if he's in range of the banner, he's going to reroll both.
Oh, sadness.
So there's 1 down.
5 to a 3. Shit happens.
So the Clamavis is important, is given +1. The Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor is given +1.
Ooh.
That's where we're...
Ooh. 7 up. I think he needed a big 10 on that last one he measured. Yep. Okay, so 2 fails. You said 2 fails. Let's see. If it's 3 fails, you lose 2.
Well, yeah. It better not be 3 fails or... My God, Juice. Oh, he's thinking about command points and shit. I need him to roll higher than a 5.
Guess it is 1 guy.
That's good. And it's what happens, man. If you make them all, it's easy. If you make a couple, it stays a game. If you make none of them, bad.
Rolls a 3 here. I don't know.
Oh.
So...
Looks like he's got some Brood Brothers or Neophytes getting in some action. The Metamorphs. I don't know. Can we confirm did a large unit touch anything?
I don't think a large unit does anything.
It sure doesn't look like it.
No. It's just Metamorphs.
But like I said, he was safe with this.
What's the rules in the Metamorphs? Are they a bunch of rerolls or?
Yeah, so they're double talons, so they're getting additional attacks, and they reroll +1. They get +1 to hit, so they're going to hit on 2s without help. They get to reroll 1s for the talons, depending on the psychic powers that were cast and the characters around them. They're relatively high strength, so they should be wounding them on 3s. It'll pick up majority of the orcs.
Yeah. I think that was volley 1. Now we're going into volley 2. Hitting on 2s,
rerolling
rerolling
1s. Wounded on probably 3s. I'm not sure if that might power one off on them or not. But looks like they're wounded on 3s.
Here we go.
Some orcs will die.
A billion Storm Boys just got killed.
They gone.
And it looks like the last volley.
Should get them. I feel confident in the Metamorph's ability. Kenny, like it's 120 points or something for that.
Seems like a real good squad, Austin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They just have to make it.
Storm Boy's gone.
Just it's just 10 guardsmen to kill if they don't make it.
Looks like he's gonna try to kill that solo Gretchen.
This large unit here in the middle looks pretty safe, like from counter charges and things like that.
No doubt. Looks like it's he's trying to kill that last orc boy in that one squad. Oh, he killed him.
He gone.
Retaliation swing.
I reckon probably as good as Juice wanted to do anyway. He's still scored a bunch, still killed a bunch.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. And that was the top of turn. So killed. So killed, held. Reaper's probably maxed. He killed 2 units, so it's a butcher bill, I believe.
Yep.
So continuously putting points on the board. Let's see if Eli can turn the tide right now. The green tide.
The green tide. So he has lost a considerable amount of his army. And
Yes.
really hasn't played the game. The Orcs have been playing the Cults game, so he needs to come on out of his castle.
He needs to do some orc shit right now.
Come on, do some Orc shit, my friend. I don't even give a shit if you jump and charge these guys in the backfield, bro. Just make you some charges and do some shit and take this game over. That's really, I feel like the only way to crushing win and start winning is get out of that damn corner.
Gazgo is mass hypnosis, by the way.
Not good for him. It means he is swinging last. He is -1 to hit.
Looks like we have some advancing orcs right out the gate.
They can advance and charge with Gaz, I think.
Is that their thing?
So that is, I think, a war boss thing for sure. Here we go.
Yep. Here he goes, the reroll, and I think all war bosses have the advance and charge, right?
Yeah. Quick. I like some orcs. I'm actually
So there is a blip.
trying
There is
to-
a blip squad. There's a squad he marked. You can see that big squad that just advanced.
Mhm.
Anyone with that is four-armed Emperor rerolls against that unit. So that unit's
Oh, cool. So that's the Primus ability is select a unit when you come on from ambush, and you get reroll 1s to wound against that marked unit.
So he's
So-
making some moves.
Good to know.
I'd be real happy to see this shock attack gun kill somebody. Want him to see it kill a character this turn. That'd make me happy. Coming in clutch. Looks like we're putting some thought into it. He definitely is in a bind right now. Got to put a lot of brain power into this movement. Think about the looters, what they want to interact with. I'd like to see those looters just be able to get line of sight to something.
Well, he would need to jump them. I don't know what psychic powers he's been doing, but
I would,
in my
my eye, it's time to jump some looters.
jump some looters up onto that building or in the backfield and just start killing some shit. I tell you, not sure what the CP is, but he's probably got plenty left to make them still relatively good at shooting. So I don't even mind warpathing them and then to jumping them and shooting and charging with them.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck
dude,
it.
Fuck it. They actually are. Did you know that they're just as good at killing Genestealer Cult as the rest of this army? Because they're just orcs, and if you give them a couple attacks, they'll just kill shit. They hit on 3s, bro.
Looks like Eli is trying to mull over what not to sacrifice, what to sacrifice while gaining advantage this turn. Juice has 6p left, and Eli is still sitting heavy on his 16. It's time to use them all right now. But
Right now,
I feel like
do
Juice
some
has
stuff.
the shutdown ability still, right?
He's got 1. So if he does pull the trigger on the Ludas and wants to shoot some stuff, Juice can stop it for sure. This is the turn to do it. Now, we always talk, and we figured it out. The best thing to stop is if they roll a 1 on the number of shots, do not let them re-roll it. Then you're going to make them burn all their CP to try to be good, and they'll never be good. because they're only getting one shot apiece.
That's definitely a good tech right there. Let them roll a 1 on shot and then block the CP reroll.
Don't let them reroll that thing. You get to live with one shot. You can shoot twice and you can hit on 5s, but you only get 15 shots, bro.
It's not that good.
Yeah, then please spend all your command points. But if they roll a 3, then you got to make a harder decision. Do you stop them shooting again? Do you stop the hit on 5s?
Hey, fellas, I just wanted to come in. I just want to say how proud I was that I spent like 12 CP on my turn 2. I spent 0 that turn 3. But one thing that I wanted to bring in and talk about is I'm really impressed on both of us with having such a robust turns 2 and even my turn 3. I did a lot of deliberating in my mind. I moved units. I rolled a lot of dice, and I still am sitting at 35 minutes going into potentially my turn 5. I'm really happy about it.
Congratulations. Lots of time on the clock for armies with close to 300 models on the table total.
I love it. I like seeing this many models. I want to see these orcs come on out here. Get off the checkerboard. That's a good looking table.
It is, no doubt.
Off on a 3.
What are you doing?
The jump on Lotus. Off on a 7.
We can hear these gentlemen still. Is that on purpose? It was not.
But the jumping Ludus is always good.
Oh my God, he's gonna do it.
Sounds like he's making it happen, Captain. Here they come.
Oh yeah, there's the spy. He's gonna take out those dudes hiding behind the wall, maybe to get away from the other big squads. That's a great placement because he's gonna be able to tie up these dudes. Let me go to the overhead real quick. I like this placement because it allows him to fuck these dudes up, use maybe some of his stuff to mitigate what's going on in retaliation, and who knows, maybe those Lus make a 9-inch charge.
That's the play. Shoot what you can shoot and charge everything, and you will kill if you can make that charge. Now they get rerolls, I think.
Yeah, here we go.
They're not evil sons or anything like that, but they are going to be able to reroll this charge. So that's huge. That would actually be able to potentially snake an objective away from Juice too. If he's able to get to that charge and get onto that objective, but he's going to need to deal with these combat units. So I'm assuming if he's planning on doing that, he's going to try to shoot one of these larger units that's threatening him and then charge the peasants.
So smite, we got a super smite here is what I just saw, which is always real good.
Not terrible. It's actually interesting. Taking perils on the Orc Psychers makes them relatively simple for Jesse James to pick up later on.
Yep. He's doing some wound passing right now. Kill a big guy or two. Just redistribute the wounds. 4 up lookout, sir, I believe.
Yep, 4 up for all of the cult models. It's interesting to see where Juice's characters are. Like, where is the Patriarch? I think I'm staring at him right here at the bottom. All of his characters can basically pick up chunks of orcs as well.
Shock attack gun going off. Who's he taking out?
Well,
Whiffed.
he should have some.
He whiffed. Looks like he only got like 4 shots and then whiffed.
Well, it's whiffed every turn.
So, yeah, he killed like 2 mortars. And like a bike.
I don't know what he cost, but he's a piss poor warlord so far.
He's pretty popular choice right now in a lot of orc armies.
Well, high ceiling. We keep talking about it.
Yep.
Probably not that expensive. He's probably not 345 points for 3 obliterators.
Boys plinking away at bikes. Trying to take out some jackals.
Hell, at this point, everything that dies is good.
He's continuing the shooting.
And these guys are both solid players. I would venture to bet that not a lot's going to be left at the end of this game.
I'm expecting to see some casualties.
There'll be a lot of dead stuff for sure.
Yep, I expect to see. I have big expectations for these looters. These looters are gonna really, if the looters pop off right now, they can really fuck up the squad.
That's it. You're telling me they're gonna roll. They're gonna get 3 shots apiece.
I'm with you. I for some reason I'm feeling the 3-shotter. Looters
yeah,
on the big block. It's happening right now. More DACA. How many? Did we miss the roll? Was the roll just 2? So is it just 30 shots? 3 apiece. It happened.
Oh, I love it. Oh, they're tryhards. They're like, I need to do something. Let's make it happen. So he did get 3 shots. He did say more DACA. So 5 ups are auto hitting. 5 ups
Warning on
are
2s.
additional shots. So Juice, if he is going to stop anything, he's not going to let them shoot twice. It's gone.
Oh, he rolled a
this is like
solid amount of 1s though in that pick in that wound roll. Looks like. Ooh.
nice.
Oh, and there we go. Or is it still to hit? What are we on? I'm confused. He just rerolled those, so it must be that bad moon shenanigans.
They do get to reroll 1s.
It's hard to tell. The Luda players move so fast because there's so many weird interactions. There's the one that generates more, but you still got to hit. You got to roll these 5s, and you get to reroll these 1s. It's impossible to use the dice app. You cannot use the dice app for Ludas.
No, unless you're. It's actually slower, right? Because you have to put dice in cups and do all this crap, and it just roll. It actually is faster just to do it.
So what he's doing is he's just rolling 3 sets of 15, and he's just tracking the wounds. 16 wounds so far. Not good for Juice.
Not good, but this is the worst case scenario. He rolled hot on his shots. Juice couldn't stop it. Juice decided.
Juice is probably going to shut down that second volley.
So the math goes from this, Kenny, and this is what do you think? Do you stop DACA and he hits on 6s, and you let him shoot twice, or do you let him hit on 5s and not let him shoot twice? I feel like it's pretty similar math.
It's really close math.
So maybe it doesn't matter, right? Because this is the problem too. I like stopping it up front so that they're forced to shoot again, because he might just kill all of you in the first volley and not need to shoot twice.
Yes.
So
21. So he did 21 wounds. Juice just did his saves. Let's see how many of these big squads left. How big was that squad to begin with?
If
one
that was
left.
a large,
he literally has 1 left.
20 would be 19 dudes died. Not good. That banner or that rock saw is fearless. More than likely, but that was it. That's what we wanted to see, Kenny.
So let's see what happens with these Ludas he's just gonna get vected right here.
Can't let him shoot again.
No,
cannot.
I just saw him just turn his CP dial.
That way he can't roll a 1. All right, so he did. I still get nervous because you can spend all the CP to stop something and roll that damn 1, and it still gets to go off. You'd have to burn a reroll and all that shenanigans. So. Do not let him shoot again.
It has been successfully vected. It's not happening. Great play by the Ludas, really just wrecking a block. 1 block did go back into ambush. So there's still another block to interact with. There's one at the bottom there in the Sky Shield landing pad. You can see bottom left. I believe that's on the table, or is that the one that vanished?
I think that one's he brought on, and it's because it's elevated on the Sky Shield and the crates are there and nothing could see them. So like that was a safe spot to hide. We can confirm that, but I do think he did that on purpose.
My math says you are correct.
So coming up, he'll be able to
kind of roll a 5 right here. He's debating if he wants to re-roll it so he can get in it tighter. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong here.
I don't know. He's touching them dice like he's thinking about something.
Something's going through his head.
Ludas. I want to see some Ludas in combat.
Oh, maybe it's a few more pistol shots. These guys are pretty similar on time here.
It's interesting. I'm going to write a note down. I want to talk to Juice. I think it would have been beneficial for him to put that large squad in that completely in the ruin and then basically Cloud of Flies them. Is something we probably may have missed out on.
Here we go. Metamorphs getting charged. They roll a 3. They're going to re-roll that for a 7. They're going to get in hot. This orc squad should probably needs to activate first so that they don't get interrupted.
It's actually important, like, regardless if there's 9 models there.
Yeah, they will literally fuck those orcs up. I just watched what happened a minute ago. Important to note, we have multiple charges going off. Don't fuck up your charge order in a situation like this. We lost 2 to the Overwatch, but it's more than enough orcs by my math to crush 9 guardsmen.
Should be able to kill 9 guardsmen. Don't let them swing. It's interesting when you're fighting cult because if you're an assault army and you're attacking an assault army, multiple charges gets tricky because they're going to be able to interrupt you. So you need to decide. You need to decide who you're okay with potentially losing. And
assault versus assault. There is a dance, a sacrifice dance.
You got to figure out who can die today.
Which is why Custodes, as I outlined, were a hard counter to my Demon Princes at Dice Hammer GT because between Stooping Dive and Interrupting, there's almost no safe way to interact with the bikes of my Demon Princes.
Yeah, if you go in there, they're going to get you.
Yeah, no, you're literally, yep, shit. Turns out 4 bike skills, Infinity Demon Princes. Got it.
Yep, check. Got it.
Luda's charging bikes. Looks like he failed it. He was looking for that 9 with a reroll. Would have been clutch. That would have been a huge swing in my opinion.
MVP. Yeah, I think it would have been really big to start getting on objectives.
But still a great turn for Eli coming in the clutch on the bottom of the turn. Moving the Ludas over there is huge. They're kind of safe from some of the big beefy units until the next turn when dudes show up. But he's got.
I love it. You can see he's out of his corner, which just makes us happy. Orcs are doing orc thing.
Yep, and he's still got a big unit chilling center. Big unit over here about to crush the Metamorphs out. He's gonna have 2 big units of orcs still ready to play in great position. Turn 3 looking crazy.
Yep, this is it now. This is screens don't exist, guys. So no one is screening anything. So Juice is gonna come in with whatever he had left. He may be able to just move and advance these guys on the Sky Shield and cast a Psychic Power to charge with them.
Let's see. So he's only got 1 charge this turn, or is Big Mac just going to stand there? I wonder what he's doing. Big Mac, maybe they just forgot because they're Russian. I feel like he was going to charge those 4 guys. But anyway, it looks like he's activated the big blob here. Take out the Metamorphs.
Genestealer Cult kills me, man. They have so much shit on the table. Like, just look at all the 5-man units. It's
such a wacky army.
It's just a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, it's fun to play against too. Once you start getting into killing all their stuff because they die real easy, so you always feel like you're in it. You're killing tons of their stuff. Boy, they can be strong. You have to be on your game, though. Let me tell you, if you make a couple movement mistakes and that, then you get tabled real quick. It is not difficult to kill 100 guardsmen.
It sucks, though, because that one guy surviving was a marked unit for Eli, and now I feel like Juice will be able to just tuck him in that building the rest of the game.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, they have that Cloud of Flies ability where you're not allowed to shoot at a unit unless they're visible and the closest. Would have been good if Juice could have pulled that off and not had that unit not in terrain. They have to be in terrain. But he can at least do that for that. Even that one guy, he could not let you shoot him ever.
I feel like these orcs just plowed through these Metamorphs, as predicted.
You basically can just say, I activate, and pick him up.
I feel like that's maybe what happened. Here he goes. Okay, so it looks like they did mean to charge this Big Mac. So Big Mac's going in.
Crunchy.
See if he can kill a couple guys with his strength 8 or whatever. D3 damage or some shit.
I'm going to tell you, those little guys don't care, but Juice is excited about the return attacks from 4 dudes.
He is. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to kill this guy.
I'm going to get you. Even a couple wounds is good.
Yeah, Genestealer Cult Juice made him roll half the dice, then pulled the unit. Because when you actually have a chess clock in play, you don't want to just suddenly start giving your opponent free 10 minutes. So I made him roll half the dice, and then it was like, okay, now I'm gonna pull him.
Yeah, you could say, I mean, how competitive are you being? Like that is, if the clock is going to come into play, and that's something that
they both have this roughly the same amount of time on the clock. You know, you don't want to start fucking yourself.
Yeah, don't run out of time and give your opponent 20 minutes. Is what it is. The chess clock's always funny. Like, just understand how it works, and people will be like, "Oh, if you make him roll it, like, are you being a bully?" No, not if you're playing with chess clocks.
Yeah, it's my time and your time. I do what I do with my time, and you do what you do with your time. So anyway, I think this is the next turn. Boots on the ground. Dan, can I get a tally? I need to know who killed more, who held more. The Reapers, the big game hunters,
and headhunters.
This could be pretty close. I think Juice's still in the lead though. I think it's going to be like 16-11 or something, just by estimations.
I would tell you that Headhunter is going to be funny, but they both got Reaper, as we already talked about.
Yes.
Yep, be interesting.
So by my guess, I guess 16. I think it's coming in early. I think Juice got 15 total points here. He jumped up 5. Now let's see what Eli jumped up. Eli, a little under my prediction. He's at 9. Juice is front loading this game.
This is what happens if you decide to go second and you let people get on the 3 of the 4 objectives in this mission. They're going to go up on you, and they might table Juice, but Juice, you're still going to have to play.
Actually, that's how I met my West Coast Austin, Jordan Stein. He tabled me on the bottom of turn 6. And guess who won that game?
Who won?
Me.
Of course.
Because I front loaded the game, and he was able to like kind of crush me out turn 5 and turn 6 and table me with literally his last shot on turn 6. And still didn't pick up enough points. He gets the bonus points for the rest of the game, but the game was over.
That one is close. Even if you get, so I do this same thing. I play Magnus and Mortarion a lot, and I get up so quickly in points with the brothers alive. And then when the brothers die and people kill the plague bearers and then the characters die, even giving up turn 5 and 6, I still win. Because if you get up so heavy, so quick, you know, especially with bonus points. This mission's tough to get a bonus point to get all 4 objectives. But some of these ITC missions, you can get the bonus points early. And
the Acolytes are moving off the Sky Shield landing pad in the bottom left of your screen.
Did he advance them?
Hit a move down 3 inches. Right here.
Would be interesting if he advanced them to get some extra movement. He will need to cast a psychic power. He has it in his list. He can advance and charge.
Juice is bringing 3 rock saws back. Is that a healing spell? What is that?
Yes, so it's 1 CP. Let me get a little verbiage on it. You get to bring D6 guys back. And, of course, he had 1 guy left, so he could bring D6 rock saws back. And actually, that unit is a problem.
Yep, that's right? Exactly what he did. So now it's 4 rock saws again.
It's called Cult Reinforcements, 1 command point. In the movement phase, Genestealer Cult unit from your army that has troop battlefield roll. You can return D6 slain models to the unit.
We're in the psychic phase right now. Looks like he also farmed 1 command point, so that was basically free. Magic. Oh, can't see that dice.
Got an 8. Plus 1 to cast from the Crouchling.
Mass Hypnosis on his boys unit. Got stopped. Might on the Acolytes.
Just thinking about what he wants to stop. Like I said, I'm not sure if he advanced or not, or if he didn't advance, he doesn't need that other power.
Looks like he's doing some kind of reroll here. Got stopped.
Oh, stopped it. I think that was bad for Juice.
Weird boys coming in the clutch right now.
I think 2 powers stopped. if he did get Might off and they stopped stimulus, is bad.
Yep, stimulus is off. It's done. He doesn't get to do anything. So all he's got up is Might.
Interesting. So if that unit advanced, they will be disallowed from charging.
Boots on the ground, Sky Shield squad. Are they going to be able to charge? We got some rolls coming up right now. Maybe some pistol shooting, shotguns. It looks like they're deliberating over what's exactly going to go down here.
I don't know what his answer for the looters is. It looks like he sent some bikes that way.
Yeah. So actually, we're getting fact check. Stimulus did not get blocked because it actually turned out they just went and measured it, and the Weird Boy was not within 24. So we do have stimulus going.
Decent. All right, we're
All right, so somebody.
still in the.
I think that might be Jesse James. Looks like it just lost a Big Mac. Big Mac down. Jesse is, yep.
That's actually cool. So now you actually have a reroll bubble, reroll once Jesse kills a model for this phase.
Now Frank is going. I wonder if he's going after the looters.
Oh, just chewing them up. Now let me tell you about the James gang. The James gang will kill some orcs, damn it. I love them. I like running 3 kilomorphs. And I'll run them heavy, run them in packs, baby. Wound 4s will kill orcs. I don't know what saves they get.
Blinking away.
Do looters have 5-up saves?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were 6-up saves. They're only -1. Jesse James relic gun is -2 AP, but the rest of them are -1. But
yeah, he
that
shot the -2. They got with the 2-up save.
Got him. Yeah, that rerolls to wound versus characters. So
we're going in for our charges right now. Looks like the big squad can make this charge. It was a 5. So you got any kind of built-in reroll here?
If there is a Clamavis, it's going to be +2 to that.
Oh,
is what it.
Ooh, I don't think he had. Whatever you said, I don't think he had. I think he failed that charge. So, but the rock saws are in.
So this is fun, right? The big unit. It would be nice to see Juice get a real unit in, so we can see what it does. But he is going to be able to trail back. These rock saws will still just kill a chunk of that unit, but then die, sadly.
Try to see what else he can sneak in.
I like his answer for the looters. He just needed to make that damn charge, man. And those boys would disappear, and he'd be feeling a little better about.
Here come the jackals too. It looks like, and we're gonna get some overwatching, I think, from the looters. Did he roll up another 3?
All the shots. Nothing.
No, nothing. But 1.
Reroll 1s.
I think you got a single 1 there, maybe.
1 6-up save.
Is that a dead
D3
bite?
wounds.
It's just 2. It's just autocannon, right? So he took it from the front because he was like, all right, I need to keep this objective or something. That was interesting. Oh, the salt. Okay, so in this melee over here, it looks like the Weird Boy got engaged. So, looks like we might be losing another character here.
Can I tell you about that weird boy?
He ain't gonna make it.
Not gonna make it. And that was finally actually the roll. It looks like he pulled from the front and still made the charge. Strange.
Maybe that's what the wound was. I don't know.
Maybe he was already wounded.
Yeah. No choice in that matter.
Bikes are taking it over. Yeah, if there's a character in there, you can tell him sayonara. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
4 rock saws, huh?
Well, yep.
So, not mighted rock saws is going to be 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. He can spin the command point. They'll be wounding on 2s. Probably doesn't need to do any of that. They're all 2 damage apiece.
He's just going to take it.
If you have invols, you better make them. 2 damage apiece. There you go.
Oh, no, looks like you went to the orcs. Okay, I must have misspoke. I'm not... Ew.
Still good. Good math. Killed
Cleared
a
out
decent chunk.
Yeah, cleared out some dudes. That's real good. Bike's up next.
I'm going to have to talk to Juice about these damn charge rolls.
I was rooting for him. I was like, yo, all charges success.
Yeah, come on, man. Just let me get one of these units in there.
Is this an interrupt, perhaps? Interrupting looters are going to go first.
1 attack apiece, hit on 3s.
Looks like I dropped another bike. Yep. My man's sitting on a treasure trove of CPs. Jackal's swinging in. No wounds.
But they're turned off, right? So they can't fall back and shoot with looters.
No, they're going to have to just fight their way out of that.
They're going to be stuck there for a minute.
Here are the saws of the weird boys. This is what we were waiting for. Weird boy dead. Got it.
Check. Pick his ass up.
Hey, he gone.
Oh, good. So that's a unit.
So Juice killed. He held. He killed a character. They're doing a morale check on those boys right now.
Was he able to get 2 units?
In his turn?
Yes.
Yeah, he got the big mech too. He killed 2 characters, 2 units.
There it is. So another Butcher's Bill. So still solid. Juice
I don't think Butcher's Bill stacks with Headhunter though, so I think he has to pick one.
Butcher's Bill's good. It's just kill 2 units. Did you kill 2 units? Yes or no? It doesn't have an asterisk.
Oh, that one doesn't. That's not one of the asterisk ones.
No.
That word. So yep,
killed 2. Yeah, it would be hard if you picked big game and Headhunter and you killed 1 tank and a character and you couldn't get Butcher's Bill.
Yep.
So, Juice is still standing on a bunch of objectives.
I'm not sure. Honestly, there's a little bit of confusion there. We're getting some word from Beats Lab Gaming. Let me open up I have a PDF actually on my desktop. I'm going to just confirm the Butcher's Bill Headhunter discussion. I do have this in my packet for the Long War.
Confirm.
We'll just double check. Oh wait, is it not in this packet? Oh, I might have to go to the website. There are some Facebook. I'm getting some Facebook. Oh, it cannot be stacked. I'm correct. That's what we're getting worded from. Yeah, that's why. That's what keeps me from taking Butcher's Bill a lot. Is the non-stackability.
So it doesn't stack with what?
With any other kill, with any other type of kill, with any other secondary, except for like Reaper. I think Reaper is all-time stack.
Interesting.
Yeah, ITC Season 1, 8th Edition, everything stacked. It was people getting to 20 points in turn 2. It's brutal. My man Eli moving up some orcs, getting ready. Looks like Gazgul is getting ready to play. I'll put that fist down somebody's throat.
I heard he's good.
Yeah, going into the bottom of turn 4. See how this goes down. So got lots of boys ready to play, man. This could be a big turn if we can pull this off. If we can get those boys into those warriors on the Sky Shield, you can get guys going to that objective. Oh, wait. What are those guys? Those guys dead? Oh, they're just moving. Oh, jump? This is interesting.
Boom. I will rediscuss Butcher's Bill with you when you're ready.
Oh, we're ready.
I have no idea what y'all are looking at that says it doesn't stack.
There is a grid. Are you looking at the grid of stacks?
I'm on their updated packet.
And are you looking at the there's like a matrix of
Secondary objectives marked with an asterisk stack and may be scored concurrently with other objectives. Unless so marked, no second objective may be scored. So it has to have an asterisk?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So did he jump them just to reorganize them? Oh, because it would be closer. I guess he determined it would be closer if he jumped this squad. Interesting. Oh, it's Green Tide. Oh shit! I forgot about Green Tide, Austin.
The boys are back.
He green tided them 6 inches off the board edge, 9 inches away from these cats, full strength.
That's
Oh my
classic.
god, dude, that is I'd be so salty right now because I completely forgot about that strat. Oh my god, I'd be like, oh, sadness.
I was wondering why he pulled from the front, and now we know. He already had it in his head.
He's like, they're coming back to life.
They'll come back. Full squad, gangster mode.
We're gonna make that 9.
That's-
No worries, don't worry.
Got
Juice
to
is
get
feeling.
you a reroll.
I bet you Juice right now is feeling like he wish he made one of those charges a second ago because these
Dude,
fucking
no shit.
boys have come back to life.
I wrote it right here. I wrote down.
He's okay. We're in the psychic phase. A man just took a mortal wound from Perils. Is this a super smite? Did he just do 5 wounds or something with smite?
Feel no pain. 6 up. Feel no pain from the icon.
He just wrecked the rock
that whole.
unit.
Oh, mark for death.
My man just picked up a kill and a mark for death with 1 mega smite. Holy shit!
That's two clutch things in a row. Look at Orks doing Orks things. I'm so proud of them.
That is that's a thing. That's a problem. My man just picked up that's 2 points. No one can take from him right now.
Nope, that's it. Those are my points. I tell you, Juice is. I'm guaranteed he wishes he made that charge.
No, he does, because that failed charge is why these fucking boys are full strength chilling right here.
And he'll tell you those boys right there shouldn't be there.
Shock attack gun. What's shock
Is he
attack?
good?
Sucking, not doing anything.
God, look at
That
that.
thing is terrible.
Didn't do it. Just didn't do a
terrible.
damn thing.
I think it's the worst.
Nah, I'm just glad I've seen it in action. I can just ignore it and hope that it does this.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, stuff, man. Yeah, well, it goes right back to if these orc boys don't make a charge, then they're dead.
Yeah, I mean, like it's crazy because if these orcs make their 9, which is what they need, obviously. Right now we're doing overwatches, I believe. They make this 9. This is a problem.
Very problem for Juice. Juice is going to lose out on a unit
So here's the big roll.
that should have made a charge.
10 fucking rolls of 10.
Son of a
Fucking
bitch.
rolls of 10. Damn.
Look, I want you to know. Did you see how quick he picked up that tape measure?
Did you see Juice's hands go straight up in the air?
Just come on, man. Just give me a break. Just
That body
something
language.
happen.
I know that body language well. That body language. He's back in the game. He's like, okay, mental fortitude,
That
refocus.
shit's so funny. Yeah, what's going on?
Rolls
when
an
that
8 over
unit
here.
dies?
I'm sure this 8 he rolls is suitable for
Plenty.
Gazgo to go punch a Primaris. But thing is, here this is going to be a situation where activation is going to matter. He needs to crush out that Acolyte squad, and Gazgo just needs to not die here. On the interrupt, I'm sure Juice has at least 2 CPs left, I believe. So, oh my God, from the bottom of turn 4. Eli is with the big push, the green tide all-up in and around the mouth of the Genestealer Cult.
I'm like staring off into the abyss right now. Like,
What do you do?
These orcs are taking the table.
It's
This was the
happening.
turn to do it.
Let's
I
go to
mean,
the
it's
overhead.
happening.
He's everywhere. You see, like the orcs are everywhere. He's got looters in the like doing their thing. Oh, he's doing it. He can't even wait. He's activating them.
He's so excited.
If he
I can
clears
tell.
this squad right now, man. Oof.
It's looking rough. Juice is up in points. But
Juice
this
is up in
the
points. Like at this moment, Juice is what, up by 6 points.
6 points.
So if Eli crushes this turn, he has turn 5, turn 6 to swing it, to swing the game back.
No, this you couldn't wait another turn.
It had to happen now, or it was a foregone conclusion. Had to happen now. Juice is just getting second eyes on the ground. The movement here matters a lot for the activation on these big bases. He's making sure everything's looking tight. Looks like he's trying to drag back the Gazgo for buffs. Imagine this is a Scarboy unit. So
These are some golf boys. Let me tell you, they have 1 billion attacks with Gazgo. Their strength is good. They're gonna kill some stuff. So, not looking forward to these Genestealer Cult models getting erased.
man is getting all his dice together. This is gonna be, I mean, the timer is the thing. Looks like they're pausing to discuss, or is it? Yeah, is this a pause?
I don't know if it's model based. Is Gazgul's aura models
Unit or models? I don't know. I imagine I think most things are by unit, but they had to pause it to look up a rule. So burning into Eli's time right now. Time should not be a factor if the game, because he's going to burn a lot of minutes getting through all these charges right now. And he's going to have to really work the math here. Going to turn 5, turn 6. They paused it again. They're discussing the rules. This is what would happen at the GT if you needed rules deliberation. They're in the clutch. They need to make sure that everything is tidy.
Make it tidy, because this is the turn that matters.
That is
just nailing 9-inch charges, just left and right.
and they have that reroll, but my man banged that natural 10.
Just nailed it.
Nailed it. Natural
Boy, we
10.
laughed. I'm gonna tell Juice had needed 7s with rerolls.
Yep. I thought he was going to make every single one of them. Here we go. We got the book out on the table. They're confirming right now what the wording is. I imagine it might be what we discussed. Let's see if we get boots on the ground. Dan, to confirm. Is this are they discussing if it's by model or by unit?
Yeah, that's what we're going over, because it says
models
it
in
says
a friendly or
orc
unit.
infantry models in friendly orc units. So
Yeah,
we're
so
trying to decide,
So
because I'm pretty sure
if the wording is models in a unit, then the unit is affected. Because
So-
all you have to do is go to the custom force field to see the other wording is reversed. It says only models wholly within, or models within.
I'm gonna read it. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna keep going. That's one round of attack. We'll wait.
Okay.
While they talk it out.
We'll unpause it though because the time matters.
Yeah.
So just okay.
So I'm going to read it to you verbatim, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
So it says, in addition, add 1 to the attack characteristics of models in friendly orc infantry units if they made a charge move this turn and Gazgul is within 6 inches of that unit
Yeah.
when they are chosen to.
Entire unit
Yes,
benefits.
just unit. You
Sorry.
want one model needs to be within range of him, and the whole unit gets the benefit.
The last word. There was a little bit of an argument there until the last word said in the unit, like the units.
Okay, too easy. Appreciate it, guys.
Gazgul, Thraka, Gangster.
But it is a classic example of GW wording things unnecessarily wordy. Feel like that could have just been a bullet point.
I would also be cool with every universal rule being unit or whatever.
Yeah, there's a couple that are flipped. You know, like the Narmal has covered models within, custom force field is models within, but most other auras in this game are units within. Couple of exceptions.
Right, like you cannot take a void shield generator because it's models with it.
Correct. Custom force field, normal, void shield generator, yeah, all that shit, man. Like The big mech is awesome, but you need to build, if it's a big part of your game plan to have that 5-up invulnerable, it kind of cripples your deployment in a lot of ways, so I don't like it.
I don't like it. And even people try to overlap it. I don't think it works that way either, does it?
I don't believe that you get to overlap it. The only time I like a custom force field is in like Fury Road lists where they have 6 battle wagons and then you make it an 18-inch bubble stratagem. But then again, you have to do your math based on how much AP your opponent has, because the cover strat is cheaper and does the same in most situations.
I'm with it.
Here we go, my man. Basically, the math is these dudes activating to kill this squad.
This is time. Juice, like you said, time. If the time comes into play late rounds, Juice is going to make sure that Eli.
He's going to make him roll. He's going to make him roll these dice.
Because it's clutch. This is like bad for Juice. So Juice needs to make Eli roll these.
Yep. There are certain things you can't not do, and one of them is you have to make it close combat attacks.
I don't know. Did Juice's Patriarch ever get anywhere?
I think the Patriarch's fighting Gazgo. I think that was what that role was. Oh man, they're pointing at those guys. Boots on the ground, Dan. What happened with this big mob? What's happening with Gazgo? Trying to figure this out. A lot of you do, because secrecies to this combat. So I feel like they just did all the rolls and now he's pulling his casualties. Looking up rules right now. I'm doing a little bit of rules deliberating.
I love some good rules. Deliberating.
1 model left in the squad, so these dudes are down to 1. He's obviously going to pull them all the way back, try not to let them double swing.
They may do it anyway. He has a plethora of command points, and he may just move 6 inches and get back. Juice still has a squad. The smaller unit, I believe, is going to come in on turn 4 here.
Yeah. Well, all 3 big blocks are done now, right?
He has 2 large blocks done.
Oh, that's right. That one is still going to come back in late game.
Still got 1 coming in, and I believe it was his small. It's 16, and there's only
4 rock saws.
4 rock saws versus the 20-man and 7 rock saws. So still good unit. It'll actually still kill a whole orc unit. It's almost the same as a big unit. He just needs to make a damn charge, man. And some models will die for sure. The problem is it's basically blob for blob. So when a blob comes in to kill a blob, you then die.
Yeah, so these guys these are touch of death units, 1-hit kills.
So the orcs having 2 large units is a problem.
Yeah, it looks like he's crushing out that unit underneath the terrain feature dead center. They're losing models. This might be a big swing turn for Eli. He's ending the turn with, I think tying on objectives, perhaps. I think he's going to get more kills, though. We'll see. But he needs a big swing now, because if Juice is able to outplay him in turn 2 and 3, or 6 and 5, he still wins. He needs a big swing here.
I tell you, you have to start coming up with Juice. In Juice's head, he has to make this charge coming up in his turn.
Yeah, 100% has to happen.
So how is he going to deal with the other unit is really all he needs to decide. Can
I get a CP count? How many CPs left does Juice have?
I also want to know where the James gang is.
Looks like we're going into turn 5 has begun. So 2 things. Obviously, we need a score, and I need a CP count.
So the James gang can kill half that damn orc unit. The other one?
Yes. The James gang, he's got tools left. The swing needs to be prolific here.
Oh, yeah.
Eli to be back in.
James gang can kill that. He needs to make a charge. It's so funny how close the Cults always got to play, man.
They do. So like I said, it's the spiciest new book in the edition.
It takes a some huge cojones to play this army because like it's stressful because like you lose entire thousands of points of your list almost instantly, and it can be demoralizing. But you can just stay in it and keep playing with what you got, and they tend to win a lot.
That is true.
We've got some guys complaining about them. I think they're just a difficult army to pilot.
They are very advanced. Very advanced. They're yeah. We talked about that day one on our tactics page. They are to play them at the high levels takes a lot of rehearsal, a lot of knowledge. It's entirely possible Eli got 4 or 5 points that turn, and Juice still got 3 or 4. So this might not be what he needs. Yeah, Juice picked up 4, like I thought. So it's still a 4. It's a 4-point game in Juice's favor still.
So it's 15-19.
Correct. Big turn for Eli, but still, it's going to really come down to if obviously what happens in Juice's turn, what he does with that unit, what he's able to, like how he maximizes his points and cock blocks for the follow-up turns. Because if my man can just auto win turn 6, that could be like if he can hold 4 points and then just auto have all the points on turn 6, he wins.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I can already tell, just regardless of who wins this one. But Juice, I want to see Juice's little 5-man units on the table actually start coming into play here.
We're in the psychic phase right now.
So again, characters all alive. He has might. He has massive gnosis.
There's the big push. There's the retaliation push. This is a shooting spell right here. Whiffed. Luda's looks like the Luda's got out of that combat. So now he's got to decide what to do with these snipers.
I mean, I think, was it 5 Ludas left?
Yeah.
They're free kill. He might just take them for ITC points.
Kilomorph shooting at the Ludas. Here we
6
go.
up saves, killing chunks of them.
Got to get a kill. Juice, it's imperative, in my opinion, to play it for turn 6 by knowing that he maintains his 4-point lead right now.
Yep, another Butcher's
Here's
Bill. He
Jesse.
maxes that.
Here's Jesse going after some orcs, it looks like. Like you said, he's going to start picking on orcs. What is it, like he keeps generating hits?
Yeah, every hit is another shot. So he hits on 2s. He then would, get 6 or 7 hits and then get 7 more shots, hit on 2s. They're all strength 4 and they kill orcs. So he should kill, a chunk of unit by himself.
He's picking on the middle unit. They're trying to work him. Oh no, Luda's. He looks like he picked up the last bit of Luda's almost. He's all over the place with the shots. He's trying to do a lot. He's trying to do a lot this turn. Juice is trying to do a lot this turn.
Each pistol can go a different direction.
We got mortars. We got pistols. He's going crazy, man. I think Juice is trying to just pull down a big turn right now, and he's playing with a lot of balls and very little decisiveness. He's just committing to his plan as he goes, which I like. When you have 15 minutes left on the clock and points to make, sometimes you just got to do it. First plan is going to be the best plan usually.
Make it happen.
Moving quick. I mean, like these guys have like 300 models on the table, playing a 3-hour round. Turn 5, they're gonna have to use the rest of these. They have enough minutes to do it to get through all 6. We're in the charging phase right now.
Boom, he got a character into that last boy. He's going to try to pick up Butcher's Bill, get another kill.
Yep.
So that's good. I feel good about that Luda dying.
Our big squad right here makes their supercharge too easy. And he needs these guys to do the work. I think he's got enough dudes here to make this happen.
I feel good about that. I feel like that orc squad is going to disappear.
So the orcs that are being charged right now are mass hypnosis, I believe. And so that's good. That's good. I was about to talk about that. And
can't interrupt.
Can't interrupt. It's huge. I was like, the only thing that's gonna fuck him here is an interrupt. But that's not gonna happen today.
And that's really what lets the cult stand out above other assault armies, is they have such a wide array of denying you fighting first with psychic powers and characters and things like that. They're just better at going first. So
true story.
Don't know if he killed enough of that unit in the middle. Still going to be a problem when the orcs answer back. But like you said, Juice is at the point now where he's still up. So any points he scores is just making it more difficult for Eli to catch up.
I want to see a maintenance of lead here for the Genestealer Cult to pull this game down. Killing dudes. He's just going through he's got all his dudes. He got to clear, and then he's got to pile in, reactivate. Eli's probably doing his best to mitigate that.
I'm sure Juice, with what command points he had left, this Acolyte unit will be +1 to wound for 1 CP as part of his Vigilance detachment. Yep. So if you're seeing some dice that are being picked up, it's because they're +1 to wound, and they're killing orcs better than others. In buff ranges, they'll be hitting on 2s.
Saw's killing dudes right now. Just gotta whittle this squad down. In my opinion, Juice really needs that squad to die right now.
All of them. You really need that squad to die to the man.
They're finishing the pile-in right here.
Yeah, even these orcs swinging twice. He's got so much CP left. Just like 6 orcs swinging twice will kill that whole unit.
Ooh, saved an orc.
So, important that you kill as much as possible.
Orcs activating. Is that what's happening here? So orcs survived. He's going to maintain his bubble, get his extra attack from Gazgul. He's going to count up his dice real quick on his time. 13 minutes left. Get that boots in the ground down. Get that clock shifted, tilted to the right so we can read it. It's got a glare on it right now. There we go.
These guys are great. This is so fun watching guys roll dice this fast.
Oh, yeah.
just crushing dice rolls.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what these orcs are able to pull out here.
Should pick up a lot. That's a lot of orcs, actually.
Yeah, and they get that buff. I mean, they get. Oh, Juice made some saves. Ooh, that was a clutch. He saved all of those, Austin.
Oh my lord.
That is.
Yeah,
that's real bad, Eli. And he's got and below par on wounding on 3s here. Below par. Ooh, some misses right here. 3 more.
3 more.
Characters now. He's going into characters. Feeling pain. Ooh, only 1 wound. Less than optimized. Was that a morale?
That's just a quick dice roll. I couldn't tell you. A lot of dead guys, though.
A lot of shit happening really fast all at once to get their times. They're almost matched for time right here. They got a whole other fight, I believe, still. No, are we in? Oh, we're in Eli's turn now. Oh shit! Here we go.
Didn't even breathe between.
Damn, that was some tournament level speed.
Yes. Here they come. He's already got the plan in his head.
Because if they want to get their turn 6, they got to move quick, and that's where they're at.
Yeah, well, we know Eli can't win without turn 6.
Mm-hmm.
So really important. He already has some sort of game plan, and he's just going with it. There's no staring at the table. He's just like, I got to do this, and this. I have 10 minutes left. So
yep, he's got to kill as many units as he possibly can this turn right now. He's got to get that marked unit. He's got to, but he's also got to kill more. Like, he's got lots of things to do. Mass hypnosis unit's still going last though, right? So
yep,
that unit's gone. If he can't, if he didn't get tri-tipped, which it looks like he did.
Interesting. Juice did get his last butcher's bill, so depending on how many characters he's killed, he's almost max secondaries.
I think we're close to a secondary max situation here. Probably doing some magic spells. It's impossible to keep up with the speed at which these guys are playing now. I think he's doing some smites right here, maybe. I'm not sure. Command points are being thrown around. Oh, this is probably the shock attack gun. That looks like the shock attack. Right? Yep, D3s. Ooh, he killed some shit.
Oh my lord!
Oh shit!
In turn 5.
Did he just kill Jesse James? Holy fuck!
So did we get I want to get a final tally on how many guys did Jesse kill?
Did he just kill Juice? Oh, Juice gained his CP back. Can I get a confirmation? Who did the shock attack gun kill? Both Calamorphs are alive. Okay.
The James gang is the best. Let me tell you. Frank James, Jesse James.
Modders are being removed. Looks like a bunch of slugger pistols are getting shot with right now. All I killed was a bike. I got super excited that he was like sniping.
Killing characters. Interesting. How many characters has Eli killed actually?
Not as many as I would like him to have killed.
I mean, I feel like Juice is up on. That's really why Juice is up.
He's only killed one character, I believe. He needs to get Gazgo into that clutch of characters right there and just start fucking beating the shit out of it.
It looked like he quickly moved that big model up into the cut there, so he should be getting some headhunters here. It's what he needs. He needs to pick up a few extra headhunters and get back in the game.
Yes, sir. It's about to be real. My man Eli, under the 9-minute mark, which I believe there's an ITC ruling on that, isn't there?
I'm not sure. Once you're under 9.
Yeah, I think there's a once you're under 9 thing. Oh, maybe not if you're on chess clocks. I think that's for like not chess clock situation.
Yeah, if you need to split it when you're under 9, yeah. But when you're using chess, you just get to use every second you have.
Shock attack gun against acolytes. Did he just pick up the acolytes? Oh no, he killed fucking his normal
3 or 4.
His normal not killing any. Got it. Killed 3. Fucking goddamn shock attack gun. What a disappointment.
I want to know how many points that is. How many points is that shock attack gun? He's eating your warlord trait and a relic.
Looks like he's shooting a bunch of boys at these dudes now. Boys charging everything. Here we go.
For the record, Eli's biceps are looking good today.
He works out. Spit. Here we go. Fight. Fight phase. Oh, Gaz goes in too. Oh my god. I hope he said everything.
Yes, all of you.
I expect to see all of his CPs gone this turn. I want to see a fight.
Swing it again.
Yeah.
Swing when you die.
I want to see everything.
He's got a bunch of CP left. There's no holding back.
It's bourbon
no
bowl.
holding back.
It's the bourbon bowl, bro. Hey, don't hold back.
The bourbon bowl. Make it happen.
Eli's got to get through this turn with enough minutes on the clock that he can move models and kill something next turn. He's gonna make. He has to sacrifice. my man is down to 7 minutes, 5 seconds. He needs to be flipping his time back to Juice when Juice is rolling his dice. He needs to get really good at that here. He can't just be letting 7 seconds pass while Juice is figuring out his rolls.
Yeah, I mean, this is what's hard if you're not used to playing with the clock. That's your responsibility to stay on it. Make sure you're keeping track of your time.
In a lot of situations, it's meaningless amount of time. It's meaningless, but Juice
just switched it to him.
Yep, because he knows he's deliberating on rolls. And pulling casualties is important to him, so he's burning time on that. So he has to. So Juice, good opponent, being proactive about the time. And I would also suggest a removal of how many shakes in the hand you do with the dice. He's like 3 back and forths before he drops them. I'm just dropping them. You know what I mean?
Just drop them. You don't have time for that shake.
I don't have time for the shake. Every second counts. Can't hold back. Bourbon ball. Okay, Juice is swinging.
Yeah, best football player of all time, Bobby Boucher.
Yep, 100%. Hey, Juice is managing the clock because he's super experienced with it. Doing a solid for his boy Eli right here. Good job right there. In my opinion, that's solid sportsmanship. See, he didn't even have time right there. He's already counting dice while he was moving, so he was like gonna burn time to switch the clock. There we go. 1 wound because of might, I believe. They're trying to figure that out. Makes a save. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I see a bunch of nothing happening.
Yeah, I see a bunch of puny guardsmen bouncing off a bunch of robust orcs. There we go. There's 3. See if Eli can pull a clutch right here.
Nailed it.
No,
Yep.
I lost 3, I think, right here. Probably gonna burn a CP to keep somebody alive this turn. If there's any orcs left at all, he's gonna have to auto pass morale. Ooh, 3 wounds, 2.
Well, there was a lot over there like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, no. This is a complex assault with multiple elements here. This burns more time than anything else. So did he just get all hits, all wounds on that spree? They're working it out right now. They might consider pausing it if they're doing a rules explanation.
Ooh, time. What are we in under 5? Nope, 5.5 minutes.
A little tri-tipping, maybe not quite. He's gonna have to auto pass morale. Big dogs are gonna have to swing. I think he's still got his characters to swing. This is what I'm talking about. He's gonna have to pick it up.
Tick, 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 tick.
All right, CPs are happening. Someone's expending a CP.
Interruption.
All right, here we go. Gazgul swings again. That's what's happening here.
He did not roll well.
All right, there we go. 4.
So Juice gets to see. Does he have any lookout?
He's trying to kill the Magus. And he's got it. This is where it takes a minute. I think he's just going to sacrifice the Magus. It's a kill. It's a headhunter. Gazgul piles in. Just whatever he wants to do, basically, don't matter. This is on Eli's time. Maybe it's right back to Juice's time. It's Juice's turn.
All right, back to.
Oh no, we got swings. Oh, morale. It's morale. This is the morale's on his time. Auto pass that morale. I think he has a plenty. Oh, is he?
Ooh.
Yeah, auto pass morale. Here we go. Yep.
Keep around. Yeah, you might as well.
Flip it back to Juice if it's Juice's turn. I think he did. I don't think he did it. Boots on the ground, Dan. Have him flip the time back if it's Juice's turn. My man just lost like 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah. 25 seconds.
Yeah. That's bad times. Hopefully they can hear us. My man just lost 30 seconds because the timer's wrong. There you go.
Hey, he stopped it at 4 exactly.
Yeah, tell him if it comes to it, he's got 30 seconds, 30 on the count of 4 seconds.
So Juice now can take his time, really. Make sure what the score is.
Yeah, let me get a final score. Turn 6. This went the distance. This is something that is a pleasant surprise in my opinion.
You know, leave yourself a minute or so.
So this is my fear. Juice, I think, picked up 3 points this turn. So this is bad. This is the turn that I was discussing. Juice needed to hold the 4-point lead this turn. And he did not.
Is there a way for Juice to score all 4 objectives? There's not.
So it looks like Juice, I think, held, killed, and headhunted. I think finished, closed out headhunter or closed out Butcher's Bill. That's what he did. I think.
Butcher's Bill was definitely achieved and is now maxed out.
Whereas Eli held more, killed more. You know, I think he probably closed out. I think he got a headhunter that turn. He did a lot. It was a big turn for Eli. So we're doing pistol shooting. Jesse's shooting the shock attack gun. See if he can pick up a kill. Jesse James sniping.
Jesse gets to reroll a wound with the relic.
4 wounds. Was his -2?
The relic's -2. The rest are -1.
He gone.
Jesse.
So Juice is fighting in a deficit right now. Okay, and Eli only has, and the clock is still on Eli for some crazy reason. There's 30 seconds. There's 30 seconds. We know that there's 30 seconds. If Eli needs him, we have to give it to him because there was a couple missteps here. But Juice has already climbed out. He's got his first kill. But by my estimations, Eli might have enough, even if Juice picks up points here, to just move models. We did just get a raid from Jackalo's Painting. Let me get some hype for these raiders in the chat. We are in the clutch though, on the top of turn 6. Juice in a 2-point deficit, got his kill. He's gonna get his hold. So no matter what, he's tied it. So he has to kill more and hold more, but Eli gets to go second. So Eli gets to say, and so if he goes to a 1-point lead, Eli has to kill and hold, and either hold more or kill more just to tie it. This could be our first tie game.
Oh, Juice! I talked to him about this damn dice roller, man.
You gotta get good at. You gotta get rule 1. Get good at dice rolling.
Rule 1: 7-inch rerollable charges don't happen every time.
Yeah, don't fail them. Make it happen.
Killing it. We've talked. It's almost. You should perfect ambush just to make sure you get it 1 charge off almost every turn. So you would have a 7 plus D6. So you'd basically get a 3D6 charge.
They're still in this. They're still in this fight. And here's the problem: is Gazgo's still in this fucking fight, and I think he finished off. There was like 1 boy left in that squad. I think he's gone. Juice might have gotten 2 kills just here while we were talking.
Clean it up. So killing more is going to be big for, like you said, Gazgo needs to touch.
So if it goes to the fight phase, Gazgo kills that guy. That doesn't count as a kill in his turn, but it does count toward a kill for the battle round. So if he kills that dude in the fight phase and kills a guy in his turn, and Juice only killed 2, he ties there. If he can get to 1 objective, you can clear these guys off this objective or just get to the objective because Juice is holding 2. I think this could be a tie. With the amount of time Eli has left.
But it goes to victory points. Like models killed, right?
Actually, I don't know ITC. I think they just do straight on points. Because I see lots of ties. How do you get a tie if it's just straight up who killed more? It's like impossible.
It would be points killed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's literally impossible. I see ties all the time at ITC, so that's like almost mathematically impossible to tie if it's down to the point. There's always going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, you would statistically never see one.
No, yeah. Yeah, I don't. Maybe they
Back
don't
in the old days, maybe you had to kill more than like 200 points for it not to be a tie there. So, like, I think it's literally okay. Eli, Eli's turn. Boots on the ground. Can I get a tally? Eli has. I think there actually might be just in the haggle phase because it looks like Gazgo just has to kill the scrubs on that objective. That's a kill. He already killed, so that would be 2 kills. He's going to bring a character in to assist, so that takes 1 objective. If he just simply moves boys, I don't think he can actually get to this zone objective on the right side of the screen. So I'm looking at it with the app right now. So like, he takes this, Juice has 1. He ties, so then no one has more. He needs to, and if he kills these 2 guys over here, I think he does it. I think Eli actually pulls the win. Because he's gonna, so it's gonna be hold, both kill, 2 points. Eli kills more.
Wins by 1.
Wins by 1.
Yeah, just got to kill more than 2 units. I think Juice picked up 2.
But the clock does matter. He has to, he has to really pick out. He has to roll the dice. That's the situation. When he's down to 0, I suggest they click it back over to Juice's clock and give him those 25 seconds he burned when he hit it, but he didn't hit it hard enough, and he was burning seconds on his time. They are playing on a chess clock, so there's no haggling like, I will just kill these guys. You actually have to kill these guys. So Eli needs to be putting dice in little piles, setting up Gazgo's attack piles. He needs to be getting ready to go with everything. A man, by my estimates, only has about 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Down to the wire. It's a good one. This has been a good report, I tell you.
He needs to just... Yep. Because Juice was able to do everything in his game plan and still keep about 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. In these moments, Eli needs to be counting up dice for the next attack as a tactic. That looks like a kill.
Dudes are dead.
Looks like, yeah, killed the, what is it called? The Clamvis, whatever? Clamavis?
Yeah, the Colmavis is dead.
He's dead. Guard Squad is next. Juice is interrupting, actually. Kills the character? What? Did he just interrupt and kill that mech or whatever that is? Ooh, that's a game changer. I think he might just kill. I think that Juice might have just clutched it. Because I think Eli's only set up to kill 3 units.
That's cool. For the record, the 25 extra seconds have now been given to him.
Yes.
Because the clock's still on Juice right now.
Yeah. They're fair. Yeah, I say it's all fair now.
We're back in it.
We're back in it. It's all fair now. I think it goes back to a tie. I think it goes back.
Wow, that's funny. That would be a 3rd unit killed.
Is it a tie or is it a tie, or did Juice clutch it by 1? Because I think he might have had a survivor on that objective with objective secure. I think that's interesting.
The guardsman interrupted, and I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it from them. If he stole that objective, then Juice won.
It's really close. It looks like they're haggling right now. They're figuring it out. I mean, we're either looking at our first ever tie or a 1-point win on the bottom of turn 6 from Genestealer Cults. That's where I think we're at.
Well, regardless, I learned some stuff. Obviously, a little lackluster performance from the Cult. I would have liked to see the Rock Saws actually touch something. Like, none of his large units made it. We got to see the bike trick and just absolutely nuclear exploded the orc screens.
Ooh. That was crazy.
Got to see orcs do orc stuff, so
orcs did some orc shit right here.
They did. I'm glad that they came out of their hole and played the game. I would have liked to see it happen early. Different tactic. I would have liked to have been the opposite. I wanted Juice to be chasing points at the end of the game versus the Orks trying to catch up.
No, he was set up to do a lot of damage, and then he was playing from his heels for a couple turns. That interrupt. Whew, veteran tactics right there. Interrupt. I think we're going to hear from the guys here in just 1 second.
Let us hear it from them. A lot of talking.
Oh, they're figuring it out right now. Yeah, but if you're still watching exclamation point lists over on Twitch, if you guys want to see these lists, interesting game. Went turn 6. I thought it was gonna be over on turn 3. I thought they were gonna hit each other, but there was a lot of interesting things happening, a lot of intricacies, a lot of failed charges, a lot of weird streaks that brought us to a turn 6, bottom of the clock, every bit of time being used by at least one of our players. Just a few seconds left, and they're figuring it out right now. They're doing the final tallies, and it's either a 1 point win or a tie by our estimates.
They shook hands, and 40 seconds were left for Eli. So, I mean, that's down to the wire.
27-27, our first tie game.
Y'all are hilarious.
This just coming in. That interrupt was it. That was everything.
Tied the game.
Tied the game. What a gangster play right there. That's okay. So this is our so Boots on the Ground Dan says 27-27. Spikey Bits TV says a tie. Beat Slap Gaming, aka Boots on the Ground Dan, says we had to recount a bunch of times, and we are still counting. But I think we're setting up right now. Let's get some tilt on that camera. Let's bring these gladiators into the audio. Damn, you're right. My man Eli is looking fit.
Oh, yeah. Get the biceps out today. I like it.
Here we go. Eli is swole. He is an orc.
Look at he's got an orc shirt on. Yeah, we were talking about Juice. You got to get your damn biceps out there.
Hold on. Juice, put your biceps away. You're going to embarrass yourself.
Damn. Let me go eat a Arby's like big beef and cheddar real quick.
Let me get a little bit more tilt on that camera, Dan. Tilt it up a little bit.
Y'all are tall. I'm not there, guys.
Fucking hold it in your hand. I don't give a shit, Dan.
There we go.
You're tall people.
Look at that. So, all right. So, wow, what a damn humdinger. That was the first tie we've had since we've been doing this. I don't think we've in years of doing battle reports we've ever had a tie.
I'll take it against that list.
Shoot.
maybe over 4 years, 5 ties.
Yeah, total.
Yeah,
like
4 years. I mean, unbelievable that it came down and it was that tight. So, plenty of time still left on my clock. That was one of the main things because we play a lot of games and I'm still getting a lot in, but like both of us were still went full on 6 turns, moved 1 million shot 1 million bullets, consolidated, took models on and off. We had multiple deployment phases and we still did the entire game in 2.5 hours.
Yep.
Like that's not even a 3-hour round.
Oh, you guys did a 2.5 hour game. I forgot about that.
Yep. No, 2.5 hours. We give 1 hour and 15 minutes left. That is deployment also. Like, from the start, we hauled ass. So I was really, really impressed with that. That being said, that doesn't come without a price. I don't know if y'all talked about it, but I legitimately left a 15 or 16 man unit that was marked for death with 4 rock saws in it in the fucking mortar. They never came back out.
So when we thought the unit that you made the charge with from under the Sky Shield was that unit, but you're saying it was just a 5-man, you forgot to bring them on?
Yes.
So we were like, you were rolling out the attacks when you made the only charge you fucking made. We were like, you didn't kill the
entire game.
I know. The only charge you made, you didn't kill the orcs because you forgot to bring the real squad.
The only charges Juice actually made were charges he burned CP on to make it happen. Like to get.
Did you see real quick? it went. The dice were rolling fast and everything else. But did you see when I had like 4 or 5 random guys and the characters? Every one of them made 11-inch charges.
When it doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter whatsoever. But game changer winner for me, or I was out of the game, is that Primus. I gave him the Warlord, +1 strength, +1 attack. But let me tell you, that dude ran game on some orcs. Dude, he went like killed boys, killed character, killed another character, fell out of combat. They shot and killed boys in combat. It was absolutely really, really solid. Jesse James actually let me down a little bit. Did you see that big KFF that you pressed out with? You didn't want to do that.
You whiffed. Yeah, you whiffed.
Whiffed. So that was tough. And then I failed 3 7-inch charges on turns 2 and 3.
With rerolls.
Not on turn 2. I made the connection happen with all that, right? But it was either way. With all that being said, look how tight of a game it was. I was just really, really impressed. Hold on just 1 second, guys.
Sounded good?
All right, sorry about that. So, but yeah, what an absolute humdinger. The board was full of terrain. And this is actually, if you're playing in ITC missions, if you're playing this could even be considered more of the heavy table. But Dan put the table together, and what I love is how many crates do we have out there in your local hobby shops? Is there not 1 million, right? So instead of always saying that they're fours, that they're ruins or anything, build it, they're a hill. In City Fight, the closest things that we have to hills and the closest things we have to that are these bunkers. So utilize them for that instead of just throwing something else like that out there. So I really like this. This table looked great. Your orcs look amazing. How many times do we see actually a beautiful, well-painted orc army, fully based, magnetized? Shout out Magnet Baron, I believe. That's got all your stuff on there.
So for those guys who are timing out in tournaments because they're saying they can't move orcs around that fast, that was a 2.5-hour game with, I think I break 160 boys total, and Magnet Baron is absolutely the way to go.
Yeah, I use I've got around 160-ish models as well, and a lot of the movement trays that I use, the 5-man and some of the 10-mans are here that you can get at the Beats Lab. Check us out on Facebook. Put an order in with Dan. You can see how many we got there. But questions about the GSC? I'm really I feel solid about all my game plans. The one thing that I wanted to say, and I felt like it was a mistake, was when I pressed on turn 2 when I brought the bikes in. This was actually kicking myself, and it's probably why I forgot about them. But I didn't want to pull. It's like Austin, remember taking Molochs in and out of combat, right? Going in and back and forth in reserves. I should have waited till turn 3 to move those models off, so they could be the turn 4 threat. That's what I really wanted. And I was kind of frustrated with myself that I pulled them off on turn 2. That's the one major mistake that I should have done, is I should have waited and then the CP to bring them off on turn 3, let the rest of my army come in, and this is the one that automatically comes back on turn 4.
Right, so, and you would have been able to perfect ambush them too, and
correct.
Actually connect. The only mistake I think I saw you make was you had that large unit in the center piece of terrain that the looters ended up just killing.
Yes, you're right.
I wanted them to not be shot, and really,
and
literally,
one of those,
you just have them in that ruin, and when the looters make that move, you say, "Sorry, bro, you got to shoot these."
Yeah, you can't shoot them. Now, I had I probably had enough room. It was tight because of all the characters around, because I really wanted to press out. But you're right, I had enough space in there. If when in doubt, I'm just going to, in the future, I'll just lose the models that can't physically get within 9 inches. I'm just going to say, hey, they're dead. I'm not going to put them out this way or whatever. So, but either way, you're probably right. There was probably enough. If not, just go up.
Just go up. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this is GSC is playing. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to know something real quick. I have played. This is probably my 30th game with this army in 3 weeks. Like, we're jamming them in 3 and 4 a day on the weekends, 1 and 2 a day, afterwards. This is Eli and I's, 4th game?
Yeah, I think 4th.
We're trying out new units. We're doing everything else. So, like, that just goes to show, I'm talking about, Austin, I believe you and I talk about GSC lists and units and combos 7 hours out of the day.
Daily.
Right? And I made 2 major mistakes. this army is not for the weak at heart.
No.
This army is not for the weak of back. Like, if you're not down to hunch over and sweat and not drink beers in between games and everything, like, do not play this army. It is very master level. I'm still, obviously, I feel like I'm a pretty good player, and I'm still 30 games in, you know, making a few mistakes. And when you're on the clock and you're placing against orcs, that, you know, it's a little different when there's not an army out there that can't punish you for failing a charge. You know what, Bobby G, if you're going against a gunline Bobby G, you can use terrain and you can kind of slide and left and right. But with, like, orcs can just jump, they can green tide, they can reach out and shoot, they can shoot twice, they can, you know, they can really, really punish you when something happens. So
we love it.
One of the huge things is GSC has so much board control when it kicks off that if you don't either castle up and get your screens properly set up, the first time I played this list, wasn't ready for it, and I was tabled, all 160 orcs tabled turn 3.
Yeah, because what do people want to do? You saw exactly what Eli did. People want to say, and I'm down, I won't bring a model in on turn 2. You know, I'll bring one unit just kind of like here, and I'll hit 1,400 points on turn 3 if that's what it means. But people will look at that bike unit. People will look at something and say, oh, I'll have to jump now. I have space, right? And you've left me a gap now, and I shoot it and completely overwhelm you. So, you know, I preached it. I preached it during the on our Patreon page, Battle Brother, Patreon.com/Battle Brother, on a private Facebook group, and put out a video how explaining not only how I love to play, how good they are, but how to beat them. Like, you know, I've been saying it for a while. This GSC is going to change the pace of 40K. If you don't change the way that you play, they're going to just table you.
Especially as orcs, you just want to get out there and get after it. I would actually, honestly, rather play a Death Watch list as an orc at this point than go up against GSC, because everything's trading off one unit for another. 30 my boys go away for 30 of his rock stars, and then he's got more at the tail end of the game. And it's, if you make one mistake, you can't recover from it.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I mean, interesting, because obviously we were kind of confused by some of the deployments, but then now I understand you've played it before, and you've made the adjustments, and this is probably the best you've done against the list. So.
Yes. Yeah, this is, I mean, legitimately, I believe this is our 5th game.
Yeah, no, it was 4 before this.
Yeah, 4 before this. We just got one in, you know, again, because it helps me, because I you know, orcs are such big in the meta, big bullies and stuff like that. But again, Kenny, you're right. This is 4 games of my play style he's playing against, my style list, you know, so he's been able to kind of tailor when to pull back, when not. We've made some mistakes in play testing. So it's, you know, it's that much stronger when you play, you know, to give such a slugfest of a game. Because it's not actually that fun if Eli jumps the unit on turn 2, kills half the units that are on the board, and then I table him on my turn 2 because he left me a big spot.
It's so easy to forget that once you play the first 2-3 rounds, half his army hasn't even shown up yet. So you get that bloodlust going, you want to go out there and you want to kill things, and it's just guardsmen and mortars. I could do that. And then the actual heavy hitters show up, and it's a bad day if you leave yourself open.
Yeah, and then just like, I know we're going a little long, but I think it's good knowledge. I have a unit in every table quarter right now. And you literally killed 80% of my, 90% of my army, right? But I have characters in every one. I have characters, you know, still a unit alive over here. So it's just a very, very spread out, powerful army.
Solid game, 2 gladiators, tied up on the bottom of turn 6 with a clutch move. Well, you guys seen it live, battle reports here at the Long War, guys. longwar.net if you guys want to see more of this action. But we're going to get out of here. We're going to go raid, be part of the Twitch community. I'm going to say goodbye to Juice, Eli, and Austin.
Absolutely. Hey, one more thing before we get out of here. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to plug one more thing. Check out, we've actually got quite a few. I know you guys know them, the painting services, but with Wobbly Modelers. We also check out Message Dan on Facebook, Beats Live Gaming. We are, obviously, as everybody knows, our hobby shop, and we're trying to do our best to keep it going. So we have launched a painting service. So check us out for that. We do painting services. We have movement trays, just a real merchandise and everything else. So if you haven't already, make sure you check us out on Facebook.
All the links everywhere, guys. So I'm going to take us out to the loading page. You're going to hear the smooth stylings of our royalty-free music as we begin this raid. I'm going to be raiding Flo Shinobi. He's the freshest miniature maker on the internet. He's a freestyle rapper and 40K player at the same time.